All right, we're trying this again.
Back
Yes.
again. It's even more relevant now.
Yes, because I
For context, do we want to give context?
yes, because
Welcome to the Catnip
we
Hour.
okay, we did this
A couple days ago, right?
Monday,
Monday. Yeah, it was
all
Monday.
prepared, everything was fine. First, I log in and Discord doesn't want to record my audio. Or not record it, but like you couldn't hear my audio.
Yeah.
I could hear you just fine. So somehow my settings got reset. And then I hop onto OBS and I never check because it's been the same settings forever. But we recorded a whole episode and I was getting ready to edit the bits out in the beginning and the end. And I realized my audio also didn't record for that. So
So it was just like
it was just you talking and like to yourself basically.
nope, sorry.
And it was weird because, well, I was going through separate bits of the video just to make sure, like, it's the whole video or is it just the beginning? And there were parts where I must have said something that was funny because you were laughing, but like, you couldn't hear what I said. So it was just you laughing to yourself.
Maniacal laughter.
And I was like, well, whatever I said was funny. Whatever it was. Can't.
My villain origin story,
Yeah.
just me
Yeah.
laughing in
It's
a
just
room to
you.
myself.
It's just you petting an imaginary, like, hairless cat. Just laughing.
Bald like Dr. Evil.
Yes. Just
Austin Cow.
Austin Power. You just lift up your little pinky.
I won $1 billion.
$1 billion, $200,000, and a lifetime supply of Anastasia Beverly Hills.
And all of in the older seasons, because I've been watching a lot of the older seasons. Oh, the topic is Drag
Oh
Race, by the way, if you guys couldn't
yes,
tell.
yeah.
But yeah, and like the older seasons too, they would give them, well, it was less money. I mean, I just got up to season 4, and season 4 they jumped from $75,000. Show started at $50,000, then
Yeah.
it went to 75. Now they're up to $100,000,
Ugh.
and everybody like almost like fell over like at the thought. And I'm like, who knew? Who would know
And like,
now that it's double that?
but it's funny because I know like 50K compared to what they make now, which is 200K. They went like
Yeah.
50K to them. Like that's a lot of money.
Oh
Like, it
yeah.
is a lot of money, but then when you
Oh, it
think
totally is.
about
Yeah.
it now, you're like, "Oh, $200,000, that's a lot," and then you're like, "They only made 50,000 if they won?"
Yeah, I know.
It's like, "No, that's
Yeah, I
still
know.
a lot of money."
And then they would add on a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Like they said literally every it was a list. They would be like, it's a lifetime supply of this cosmetics, and you're the face of Next Cosmetics for a year, and
Nyx.
um
Wow.
yeah, right. It's not it was before the Anastasia Beverly
Yes.
Hills face, now
Yeah.
that they're in. Then they'd be like, you get to headline the tour sponsored by Absolute Cocktails. And I'm
Yes,
like,
Absolute
this is
Cocktails is yep.
this this was pre House of Love, which is what
Yes,
they
yes.
love now.
Yep.
Which I don't even know. I don't see House of Love just must be like their own type of company. Like obviously you see like Absolute and like the
Oh,
liquor
yeah.
stores. I never see like House of Love. Like
Oh,
I
me
don't know what
neither.
that is. Like I don't see it anywhere
What is a House of
except for
Love?
online. Yeah. I mean it's like canned like seltzers, and I think they make both cocktails and mocktails.
Oh, when I
I'm pretty
type
sure.
House of Love, it just comes up as a rock band from 1986.
That was the inspiration, I assume.
Yes. Okay. Well,
House of Love cocktails and mocktails. They have like a website, so I guess you can order them. I mean, they claim that it's at Total Wine that you can get a
oh, I don't
variety
have a
pack.
Total Wine.
I don't either. I don't have any near me.
I have a Fine Wine and Good Spirits near me,
Yeah, same.
but
Well, if we oh, that sounds good too. The variety pack, you can get a tangerine margarita,
ooh,
pomegranate lime vodka. vodka soda citrus and passion fruit margarita.
Can you have these
But they're
shipped to you?
probably not gonna. I mean, I don't know if they have tequila. Maybe they might. I mean,
Oh,
sometimes they can use vodka,
yeah, that's
but
true.
even if it's in, it'll be like it can't be like your buzzball situation
Oh
again.
God, I think I need to
Did you
find
ever
that.
did you ever talk about that on the
I
pod?
did, I think either
Buzzball.
the last episode or the episode before, but it was
Yeah,
Buzzball, and
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of tequila, but
No,
it was
it's a lot.
mixed with things, and so I was like, well, if
Right.
it's mixed, and it was like a strawberry daiquiri or something, and it had vodka
Yeah,
and tequila, which is probably my problem.
yeah,
Also, I just don't like the taste of tequila, and the taste
yeah.
wasn't like awful, but it in that little buzz ball, which is very tiny, it's,
Mhm.
that thing, oh my god, I ordered it or I got it from the store, and then I told you guys that I was gonna drink it,
Yeah,
and then your guys were like, "Oh, tell me how it is," and then I told you
yeah.
how it was, and then I passed out at like
And we never.
8 o'clock.
You didn't hear from me again. I was like, "Is she good? Is she good?"
Yeah, yeah, passed out on my couch at like 8 o'clock. Woke up at like midnight,
Uh-huh.
and I was still tired.
Uh,
So buzz balls are not my friend, unless they make them without tequila in
I
it.
think some of them have like like just vodka, and then I read some of them have like orange wine in them for some reason. I
Ooh,
don't know which like I think some of the flavor like the fruit flavors have like wine, but
yeah,
hopefully they don't also have tequila because tequila and wine sounds is even worse than tequila
yeah,
and
they
vodka.
have,
I don't think you
and
should mix wine with anything really,
the wine,
unless it's like a prosecco type thing. But
yeah, the one I had was strawberry Rita, premium
oh,
tequila
okay.
and vodka with natural flavors, and certified yellow number 5 or something.
Mm,
Um,
scandalous.
this one,
Should
there's
just make
one,
you should just
yeah,
make a meme. You should just make a meme with the buzz ball, right? Like the thing, and then just put like the poison symbol like on it.
yes. But this one
Don't
sounds
drink.
good. Berry, cherry, limeade, orange wine with tropical fruit juice, other natural and artificial flavors. That one,
Yeah,
so,
see now
but
that
like the,
sounds like it would be pleasant
and there's a
because it would just
chocolate?
be
Yeah.
wine with like fruit flavors. And
Ew.
orange wine, I hear. I've never had it, but orange wine I hear is like very like good and very refreshing.
I don't know. This one sounds
I've been trying
gross
to find
though.
orange wine everywhere. It's very hard to find. I've only seen it like one place
I've
in my
never
life.
heard of it. But this one sounds gross. So
What?
it's the Buzz Balls Chalk Tea, so like a chocolate one.
Yeah.
Premium vodka, orange wine, and cream.
Mm,
If it tastes like
I
a
don't know the vodka. I don't
creamsicle,
know.
like if it tastes like a
Maybe.
creamsicle, maybe, but it's the packaging looks like it's supposed to be chocolate, and the name implies that it has some chocolate flavor. But like you're doing orange wine,
But with
pineapple
I don't know.
jalapeno.
Maybe they're.
Oh, that's
Oh.
gross. Oh,
Oh.
that's so gross. Lots of these have. Yeah. There's an eggnog flavor. Oh, that's gross. Wait,
Oh
why
God.
is the eggnog flavor the same one as the choco flavor? Premium vodka, orange wine, and cream.
Come on to you, Buzzballs. Just the
I'm
same
on to you. You're
format,
just
but like
rebranding all your flavors. There's a cookie nookie flavor.
cooking
Cookie nookie.
fucking shit on the brand. I get a cease and desist from.
Wait, again, other than standard orange wine with cream.
Huh.
Uh, that's like that meme where it's like,
Mm,
Cosmo and Wanda, you ain't slick, and it's just like pink and green stuff. That's like
yeah.
clearly not them.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so
What's
some
our
of these look okay.
They do.
I just picked the wrong one.
The jury's still out. We know that the
Just, it's not good.
strawberry Rita is not good,
No.
but who knows?
So I think I would probably be okay with one of the ones that is the orange wine flavored ones.
Yeah, same.
Oh, there's a horchata. What's that? What's horchata?
Horchata's like I know it's milk. It's
Milk.
gonna be like a milk flavor.
Okay.
I
Well, see,
believe it's got
again,
like a cinnamon flavoring in it. I'm gonna
they
say.
they have some explaining to do because horchata is premium vodka other than standard orange wine and cream, which is like 10 different flavors I just read off. What is
Oh,
huh?
they're
We're
like,
on
if
to
the
them.
formula is not broke, don't fix it. They
Yes.
just keep,
I,
they just dye them different colors.
yeah,
They're like, this one's lime, sure. And this
sure it
one's
is.
vanilla. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So next time I go to the uh, fine wine and good spirits, I'll get one that's not with tequila. There's a forbidden
Yeah,
apple
no.
flavor. Ooh,
Forbidden apple. Now that they need to not ruin that. Don't put tequila or whatever in that. That needs to just be vodka. Because that almost
yeah,
sounds like maybe like an apple martini
yeah,
type deal. You know? Which hey, if you get them made right, they're great. If not, they can be they can be
yeah,
strong. Just
yeah. So
like with
the
any other drink, I guess.
yeah the strawberry Rita ones. Mm-mm-mm. No, no, no.
It's a no from me.
Yeah, and this one just is called Overdue Blue, 20% alcohol, and
Oh,
it.
that's one of the ones I think is one of like because they have the normal size Buzzballs and
Oh
they have like the
yeah,
bigger ones.
but it doesn't say what's
Might be
in
one of
that
those.
one. So mm,
They're just like surprise.
surprise! It's one of the mixed drinks
What's in?
ones, so I'm assuming it probably doesn't have both.
They're
As
like,
all the
what's it?
ones
You're like, what's in it? Fun.
yeah, what's in it? Uh huh.
Try it.
Try it. What's in
Everybody
it
behind
though?
the
Uh huh.
everybody behind the counter at the liquor store is just like smiling.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh no, that's all right. You keep it.
you keep it. Oh, forbidden apple, premium vodka with apple, lemon juice. Okay. Well, I guess it's just apple with a hint of sour.
Oh, okay.
Well, they have an
Did say it had
espresso
like vodka in
martini
it?
one. Orange wine with
Mm.
coffee.
Huh. I don't know why the wine would be involved. That
I
makes me
don't
pretty
know. Yeah, in the
dubious.
chocolate. Off topic. Off topic. But now you know if you ever want to.
Not to have a tangent about alcoholic drinks.
Yes. And my problem is like I don't need a lot of alcohol, which is like great
Yeah,
for my.
I'm a lightweight,
Yes, it is
honestly.
great for my wallet because I
Right.
don't need to spend and buy like 6 or 7 drinks to get drunk. But while
Mhm.
everyone else gets to have fun and drink that many, I
Mhm.
can only have like one and a half before I feel it. So I don't know if I'm the real winner or not on that.
You're still having fun because
I'm
it's
still
it's not
having
like
fun.
you're drinking one and it's not like you're drinking one and it's not affecting you and you're like, "Well, I don't want
Yes.
any more."
Yeah, yeah. But on to
But hey, what
yes.
did we had a drink at this event that we're
Yes.
covering today.
Yes. Well,
Where did we
we
go? Who
pre-gamed.
did we see?
We
Oh
pre-gamed.
yeah, we did pregame. True. True.
Yes. And so I actually really like the drinks that you got.
Yeah.
I ordered these at the store the last time we I think it was Olivia Rodrigo where we also
Uh-huh.
pre-gamed. But
Yeah.
it's a Sunny D with vodka.
It's so good.
It's so good. And I love Sunny D to begin with. Oh, but it's so good. And they're gluten free. Um,
Nice.
which is awesome for all you celiac people.
Shout out to my fiance.
Yes. Um, but that's really good. And then I had um what was it? A monster? No. What is it?
You
Spike?
had like it was one
Oh,
giant
Mike's
like
Hard.
drink.
Yes.
Yeah, was it the one that has more alcohol in it? Like the Mike's
Yes.
Harder?
Mike's Harder, I think it was. It tasted great. And it's one of those drinks where you don't feel it as you're drinking it, but like as soon as you stop drinking and you like go to do something, you're like, ugh. So like we were watching Drag Race before we went to the show,
Yes.
and I was just drinking, and you were doing your nails, and I put my drink down, and I'm looking at the TV. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, right.
I was like, maybe
He's
I should.
he's
Maybe I shouldn't
It's
continue
it's like
drinking.
when you're out, and you get a drink and then you don't realize how drunk you are until you go to the bathroom.
Yes, and you're pissing, and then you're like, "Oh, this is great," and you're like, "Oh, yeah."
And then you're like, "Why am I warm? Why is the room, like, kinda
Why?
spinning?" Like, a little bit.
Yeah. Why do am I walking in a straight line? I don't know. So I drank about half of that. I feel like
Uh-huh.
if I were not going anywhere, I could finish it, and that would be my only
Yeah.
drink for the day.
Yeah.
But knowing that we were going somewhere and they had a bar, I was like, I should probably only drink half.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
but
I don't know
oh,
who
good.
did we well, first, let's let the people we're keeping them on their toes about who we've seen,
Oh
and then
yes,
maybe we can
yes.
get into the drink that we had when we
I
were
know
there.
we're just talking about
They're like, "I thought
alcohol,
this was" they're like, "They claim this is about Drag Race." So, like, 40 minutes
but
in,
they're
it's like, "And I got drunk."
alcoholics. But I think they're
It's it
alcohol. I
couldn't it
think this
couldn't
is
be it couldn't
their
be
way of
farther it couldn't
coming
be
out as
farther from the
alcoholics. You
case.
know. We
This is
saw.
actually just a cry
Yes.
for help. No, I'm
Yeah. Please blink
kidding.
twice. No one can.
Blink twice, it's an audio medium.
Wait. Okay, I haven't even had anything to drink. I had an energy drink today, and that was it.
This
Um,
is the crash from the energy drink, it's okay.
yes, yeah.
Maybe. It seems about you're crashing out. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, yeah.
That means it's like, "Crash out, girl, you deserve
Cash
it."
out, girl. Kudos for you for
But
spilling. Um,
that was good. Good segue to reel
yes,
it back in,
yes.
honestly.
But we saw Alyssa Edwards. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You got there?
Yes, cheering. Um,
Yes.
Alyssa Edwards.
Alyssa Edwards, lovely 5th alternate.
Yes,
5th alternate, well, no, she had a globe. 5th alternate, then 4th alternate, and then
winner.
crown,
Yes,
and
yes,
global all-stars.
yes. And then we also saw Stefani Steele, who is a Philly drag queen.
Yes,
She's
and
amazing.
she's awesome,
Yes.
and she's awesome.
And
Does a
like
lot of the, wait,
yeah.
let me look it up. Is it Stefani or Stephanie? Because I don't wanna
Oh, maybe it's Stephanie. I actually don't know how she
I'm
pronounces
on
it.
her Instagram right
But I
now,
guess
hold
it's
on.
yeah, depending on how she.
Okay, wait, I just listened to a video, confirmed it is Stephanie Steele, she just spells it like how Gwen Stefani spells it.
Okay.
So that's
That's
just
yep.
Stephanie Steele.
Yes.
But yeah, she was awesome too.
Yes.
But yeah, we saw Alyssa Edwards. This is why I never thought she would, like, tour. I just
Yes.
don't I just didn't have that, like, in my like, I knew, like, the newer queens that are on the most recent
Oh
seasons would
yeah.
tour, but I didn't know if Alyssa was gonna do that.
Yes.
Let alone, like, tour, like, by herself, like, "This is my tour."
Yes.
But it is on brand.
Yes. And she's by far and I think tried to say this in the first recording.
Mhm.
Sadly got cut off. But she's in my top 5 for sure. And so I would say
Are we
well,
thinking top 5?
yeah. Yeah. So,
Well, it's funny you bring this up because you made me think of a bit that Trixie always does when she talks about she's like, "If I'm in a room with Alyssa Edwards, she'll always" well, Trixie Mattel, if you didn't know, I assume you would know. There's only one Trixie when we're talking
oh
about
yeah,
drag, I
yeah.
don't know of another one, but she said anytime if I'm in a room, like, she goes, "If I'm, like, on tour with Alyssa or we're doing a show together," she's like, she'll always stop me and look around the room and be like, "Now of all of us here, who would be the 3?" Like, she wants her to, like,
Yes.
rank,
Yeah.
like, who's in the room, and then she's like, "And if you don't say 1," Alyssa goes, "Okay, alright."
All right.
You're picking your top 5?
Yes. Yeah. To me, Trixie and Katya are together as a pair.
Yeah,
Even though they are two separate people, but they're just together. They're morphed into
yeah,
one. I
yeah.
would pick them first.
I don't think I could put
I
one
don't know.
I have to put them together
Yes.
for the reason of, like, I don't feel comfortable putting one
Below
higher
the
or
yes.
lower than the other.
Yep.
That's what I feel like. I feel like
Yeah.
they do have 2 completely different styles of drag, and then obviously Trixie has, like, all her side hustles, like the motel, and then now
Yes.
she's, like, DJ, but, like, I would feel it just feels wrong having them not
Yes.
be at the same, like, ranking,
Yeah, so
but
I originally was gonna put them first.
mhm,
I think it's neck and neck, but I think they would be technically second.
yes,
And then my first person would be Jinx.
it's gotta be Jinx.
It's gotta be Jinx. We
Jinx
saw
Monsoon, baby.
her. Yes, we saw her in Little Shop of Horrors.
First queen, it's always gonna be special too because she's the first queen from Drag Race that we saw
Yep.
live. Because we tried,
Yes.
we
We
attempted to see
tried.
Trixie and Cocktail,
And
but
then the weather, it was snowing so bad that like no one could leave their house.
yeah. Well, for the first time, it was supposed to be originally the show was
Oh,
supposed to be
yes.
originally
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
September, and then, for whatever reason, I don't know if that was what would like, they were moving around a couple of tour dates, and then I got an email saying that they were moving them to, like, being in January, and I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever."
Yeah.
But then, like, the week of, like, I saw, like, "Oh, the storm is approaching," and blah, 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 and we went, like, up to, like, thank God I got, insurance on the tickets. Thank God that was offered when we, because
Yeah.
they offered it too when you rescheduled because they didn't know if, like, people were gonna be able to make the dates that they changed it to.
Yeah.
But thank God for that because I was able to get, like, mostly, like, I think I was able to get, like, a partial refund, thank
Yeah.
God, but but yeah, huge snowstorm on the second date, so I was like, "I
Right.
guess it just isn't meant to happen right now."
Yes.
But
And
but
then,
hoping they'll come back and tour
uh,
again. I mean, they're still touring together,
yes.
but
Yeah.
I think Trixie's mainly doing her DJing Solid Pink disco, like, throughout the summer,
Yes.
so who knows, maybe again. I'm hoping
Yes.
and praying. I would
And
love to
then,
see them
yeah,
live.
so we saw Jinx. She was off Broadway in Little Shop of Horrors. She did Audrey. Love
Yes.
it. And we
That
saw
was awesome.
Corbin Blue.
Mhm.
Ah,
And
like,
check out that episode, we have a whole episode on it too.
yes. And that just brought back so many memories, like seeing him
Oh, I know.
live. Because, like, that's my whole childhood was like the High School Musical, Camp Rock
Mhm.
era of like Disney. So,
Yeah.
love it. But
That was
Jinx
awesome.
would be my top pick. And
Has to be
she
number
won
1.
she won every single season she was in.
I was about to say she is called the queen of all queens
Yep.
for a reason.
Yep.
I
Love
think the
her.
only other person that holds that title is, like, what, RuPaul, I guess,
Yeah.
if you're thinking technically.
Yeah. But Jinx would be up there. And then neck and neck, but like right below Jinx is Trixie and Katya. And
Mhm.
then I would probably put Alyssa third.
Yeah.
And then I would probably I love Bianca. So maybe she
Yes.
would be fourth or fifth. I think
Mhm.
her and Bob would like alternate.
Yeah.
Because I also really love Bob. But
Oh
also
my god.
Monet's great. But I think I would pick Bob and then Bianca at fifth.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, same. It would be hard to hmm, I'm gonna give Bob a little bit of the edge just because, like, of his other pursuits as well, like, he's now, like, a best-selling, like, author, and he was on, like, Traders and
Yes.
everything. Can you imagine could you imagine Alyssa Edwards on Traders?
I think she would get voted out. I feel like she. I feel like people would just find her to be too much. Or it's like
I
when.
think she would
Yeah.
be like I think she would be, like, the same as, like, remember how Tom Sandoval was, like, having all these
Yeah.
small meetings with people and, like, running around the
Yes.
castle and, like
Or like,
I
could
feel
you
like
imagine the singing challenge that Tom did with the dolls? Can you
yes.
imagine Alyssa doing that? Oh my god. And speaking of traitors, they have the rumored cast out.
I know.
Um and I can't remember who else.
And supposedly, what, it was Bianca and who else? Was it
Jujubee.
Jujubee?
Yes.
Oh my god. I
Now,
don't care.
Bianca,
I recently
hmm,
watched season 2, and in my eyes, Jujubee's the winner
oh,
of season 2.
yeah.
So I
She
would
she
love
kills
for
it in
her to do
every.
she's been
Yes.
on Drag Race how many times now?
Oh, so
It's
many.
okay.
And not
I
even
would
just
have her
as a
come back every other
contestant.
time.
Like she came
Yeah.
back on Snatch Game.
Mhm.
Um But Jujubee is so
Couple
funny.
times.
Yep,
Oh, I know.
I just love
Just so
her.
awesome.
And then so Alyssa was on season 5,
Yes.
and then that's where she was 5th, and then did All Stars season 2, right? It was
Yes.
yeah, season
Yes.
2, and
Yeah, it
then
was 2.
she was 4th, but she got eliminated early and then came back.
Right. Yeah,
And
4th,
yeah,
I think, was, like, the final
yeah,
placement of where she ended up,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
because All-Stars, they always do the gimmick of, "Oh, this person's gone, but now they're coming back, but
yes,
now they" you
yep,
know? They always do that.
hmm
And All-Stars 2 is when they did the whole thing, the whole which I love to this day. It's such a seeing it for the I wish I could see it for the first time again. The instance where they're all in the workroom and then all of a sudden the two-way mirror lights up and they notice that they're all standing like the eliminated
yes,
queens are all standing behind the glass
mm-hmm.
and Alyssa's just standing there
Because
serving face like
because
behind the
isn't
glass
that the
just
same
staring.
season Gia Gunn's in?
Ah,
Or I just
think
remember Gia Gunn came back, and I think they did that on her season 2. I gotta look it up. I just
Gia
remember,
Gunn did All Stars as well, but
yes,
I don't think Gia Gunn was in All Stars 4, I want to say.
no,
Wait,
no,
let
oh
me check.
wait,
Let me check. Let me check. Yeah, All Stars 2 cast was Adore, Delano, Alaska, Alyssa Edwards, Coco
oh yes,
Montrese, Detox, Ginger, Minge, Katya, Beefy O'Hara, which
yeah,
I'm watching season 4 now, and she's always been
oh yeah.
ooh,
I think
that's
she's
all
not even
cast.
I think she doesn't even do drag anymore.
I don't think she does either. There's a lot of people. There's a couple of them from season 4. I would
Hmm.
look them up, and then some of them don't do drag anymore. But yeah, and then it was Roxy and Tatiana. So Gia Gunn was not on that All
Okay,
Stars,
she was in season
but
4, so she was with
yeah.
Monet, Trinity, Latrice. But I just
That's
remember,
a great All-Stars if
yes,
you haven't watched it. It's
yes.
so good.
I just
Have you seen
remember,
All-Stars 4?
yes, and I just
Oh,
remember
it's so good.
I didn't like Jake on then either. Um,
No.
she
She
annoyed.
was a little bit she was a little now, honestly, I think she was more I don't know which one she was I know she was pretty well, she was vicious out the gate in season 6
Yeah.
when she sees Darien Lake and then she just goes, "My god, there's room for everyone
Yes.
here." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Jesus
Yeah.
Christ." I'm like, they did not give a fuck.
Nope. Yeah.
And then when you go back to the seasons that are even older than that, oh, it's like, whoop, like,
Oh yeah.
there's just
Mm.
times have changed. I some of the things that they say, I literally, like, caught me off guard, like, I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
"Did they really say that?"
Hmm.
Oh,
Um,
man.
but and then she was so Alyssa then came back for the first season of Global All Stars,
Uh-huh.
and spoiler, she did win.
Yes.
Um, I have thoughts because
Yes.
I just did not like Global All Stars.
I didn't vibe with it.
I
Something
didn't
was
vibe with
missing.
it.
Most people didn't, though. Like, if you look on,
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this the last time we tried to record, but it was, on when you look on, like, the episode, like, ratings, if you compare Global All Stars was just around this time last year. I mean, it was after All Stars, but it was, like, in the summer because they right when All Stars was done, they, like, immediately after, they were like, "Oh my god, Global All Stars is
Yeah.
coming, like, next month or something," but if you compare it to, like, well, All Stars 10 literally just started, and the episodes so far have higher ratings than, like, the
Oh
entire
yeah.
season of
Yeah.
Global All Stars. Like,
Yeah.
I
It
don't know
got
what the
4 out of 10.
people claim that it was just a gimmick for Rue to, like, give Alyssa a crown, which
Yes.
hey, I mean, it's over
Due.
deserved. I mean,
Yeah.
I think she should have been top 3 in All Stars too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it got a 4 out of 10 on IMDb Global All Stars.
Yeah, it was
The
I
concept
don't
is
know.
the concept is great. Like having
Yeah, it
the
is.
queens from everywhere come back, but like it
Yeah.
in the first episode I was like, okay, like we'll see how it goes. And then I watched the second one, I'm like, this is kind of boring. And I think I maybe got through like half of the third episode and I was like, I can't. I
Yeah,
did
I don't know how much of it was me just not 'Cause when queens are, like when you get to know them in, like, the regular season and then All-Stars when they come back, I don't know if it was just because I wasn't familiar with a lot of them,
Yeah.
and, like, some of them, there's, like, differences in their drag and, like, different thing like, I feel like everybody was having, like, inside jokes and nobody knew what was going you know what I mean?
Yes.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
like, they're there's like, I'm assuming drag in the UK is different from drag here and, like, in other countries, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it all just felt I don't know, it just felt
Yeah. And normally when
something
you
was
think of
off.
all-stars, you're thinking of people that you've already seen from the
Yeah.
same season. So, like,
Right.
you bringing Alyssa Edwards in from someone that was on UK.
Yeah.
Like, the UK people, they might know who Alyssa is, but they probably never seen
Yeah.
unless they're watching every spin-off, which
Unless
yeah.
maybe the only way it would hit for you is, like, you found every single which I think the only way you can I don't even think in, like, regular cable, I think you have to have that WOW Presents Plus or
Yeah.
whatever to watch every single franchise from, like,
Yeah.
every single country. Maybe then it would hit,
Yeah, and
but
I think
I don't
like some of them I think might be on Paramount, but I don't know if all of them are.
yeah.
Um,
I think possibly Down Under in UK might be on
yeah, I
Paramount,
think
but
that's
don't
probably
maybe
maybe
Canada,
Canada
I
because
don't know.
Jimbo,
Yeah.
but like
Brooklyn
it's
too. Brooklyn Heights is like hosts that she like hosts Canada's Drag Race now,
yeah.
or is a judge or something. I
Brooklyn
know
Heights
I
is the one
forgot
that dated Vanjie, right?
Angie. Yep,
Vanjie.
yep. But I will say, go good on Corey King and Lydia B. Collins because they already are lasting longer than Vanjie and Brooklyn did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because Brooklyn and Vanjie like dated throughout their season, and then I watched the reunion episode, and which I wish they still did reunions. I don't know why they
Uh-huh.
let that go,
Maybe
but
after
I guess
COVID like they just never brought it back, I guess.
15 season 15 was the last time they did it,
Oh,
and then
so
after
they
that they just
yeah.
stopped. Mhm. Yeah, season 15 they had one, and then they started replacing the reunion with the Lollapalooza, which I get it, but I
But I
don't know.
still I would have
Can we do both?
loved
Can we do both? Can we do both?
I would
Have
have
one extra
lo
episode, you know?
yes. I would have loved to see a reunion
For
for
season 17.
yes. I was waiting. Oh, we have to talk about that later after we talk about Alyssa. I have
Yes.
lots to say about that because we've been
Mhm.
going back and forth. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but Alyssa's so
And then but
funny.
we'll sprinkle
Yes.
All-Stars in there.
Yeah, we'll
But
spring
All-Stars
yeah.
will probably have to have a whole another episode
Oh
when it's
yeah.
over
Oh
because we're
yeah, when
only
it's
one
over.
bracket
Yes.
in so far.
Yeah, yeah. We're
But
getting to
hey,
the
pink
second.
bracket starts tomorrow.
I
I'm
know,
excited.
I'm so excited. And so Alyssa, her show was pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it was
so
funny. It ended up being like a lot of stand up.
yes, which again I never know what to expect because
Mhm.
she's all over the place, which is
Yeah.
why we love her. So it's like, are
Yeah.
we gonna get the drag race kind of Alyssa? Like the
Uh huh.
scene, and it still cracks me up when she's doing Annie Oakley in
Mm.
not in Global All Stars, but when she does it in um All Star season 2, and she gets
Uh
Annie
huh.
Oakley to portray in like the singing challenge, and
Yeah.
she's de-dragged, but she
Yeah.
has Annie Oakley's wig on, and that's it for the costume.
Yeah.
Everything else is just regular, like Alyssa Edwards, and she has the
Right.
fake
And then she
gun.
has like the prop like
Yeah, she has the
gun
prop
that
gun,
she's gonna use.
and she's rolling around the workroom just in the big ass wig and the prop gun. I'm like, "Oh, it's
And
so funny.
Katya's like wheezing in the background,
Yes,
like laughing at her.
yes. Oh,
Man, I need to rewatch All Stars too, like so bad.
yes, I'm rewatching season 5 now, and then I'm gonna go to her All Star season.
I was about to say All Stars 2 will
Yeah,
hit so bad after season 5 because again, season 5. I mean, All Stars 2 is basically, with the exception of like what Katya, Fifi, and like one other person. It's a season 5 fest,
yeah.
really. Like
Mm-hmm.
how this All Stars right now is like season 14
14. Yeah,
central. Like last year was like season like 10 or no, like 11. I
yeah.
would say, because you had a lot of them. You had, like, Plastique, Nina, like, so
Oh
many people
yeah,
from season 11 were on last year's All-Stars.
yes.
But
Um.
anyway, do you wanna talk about the bit with the coat?
Oh
When
my
she had to
God.
brought
Yes,
the guy up on stage?
yes. So she has like this fancy like fur coat on, and of
Mhm.
course she's like, and to start off, she has to like take it off, but she doesn't want to take it off. So she's
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna get the straightest guy in here to come to come
Cause
up
her,
here.
cause her reasoning was like, you know, if I bring a gay guy up in here, he's
Yes.
gonna steal this coat,
Uh-huh. And
and
she's gonna
and
like
then
see a
wear it to,
video
he's gonna
later.
wear it to
Yeah.
brunch tomorrow and be like, look what I got at the Alyssa Edwards
Yes.
show.
So she had to bring the straightest guy up here. So
Uh-huh.
she's like, all right, like who's the straight male here?
Yeah.
And so a guy raises his hand, and she's brings him up, and oh, who are you with? And he's like, oh, this is my wife. And then Alyssa goes, okay, so she's the one that forced you to come here. And he's like,
Yeah.
no,
No. He's like, it was my idea. And
it's
then
my
she just
idea.
looked at the, and then she just looks over. Like, first she was taken aback by
Uh
that,
huh.
as most of us were. Like, I mean, I knew there was gonna be like Drag Race fans there, but I was like surprised. Like, you just never know.
Yeah.
But she was just looking at us, like the audience, like,
Oh,
okay, all right. Like,
okay. Yeah.
I
We're
love
like,
how
okay.
when she processes information and she just does the, okay,
Okay.
all
Yeah.
right, all right.
And then she just looks at the wife and is looking at him, looking back, and you're just like, this is so funny. And
I love at the end, like when the code had finally come up and it was like, y'all gonna have a great night like
yes.
later on tonight.
Uh
Like,
huh. You're gonna take him home.
I'm, I'm
So
crying.
funny. And then she just kept going basically through all of her drag race history.
Yeah,
Um, do you have a favorite?
she managed to read everybody on Global All
Oh,
Stars,
she
which is
read
great.
literally every single person. It was so
Even
funny.
though we had no idea, like I
It was
barely
still
knew
funny.
who she was talking
Yep.
about, but her reads are so good and so specific that I didn't even need the
Yep.
context.
It's like
Honestly.
it's funny regardless.
Yeah.
But what are some of your favorite Alyssa Edwards moments from Drag Race?
Gotta be my number one, and this is why I was so happy about it because part of the merch
Oh
had
yes, yes,
a set of enamel pins, like four enamel pins,
yeah,
and one was the Annie Oakley,
yep,
one was her winning Global All Stars,
yep.
one was the classic season 5 moment, back rolls
Which
when
is so
Jade
funny.
Jolie comments in the Untucked Lounge. Jade Jolie comments on
Oh yeah, she goes off
how
on her.
Alyssa had,
Yep.
yeah, and
Like
she's
it's
like, "You
so
had rolls
disgusting. You can
on
just see
you
all
had
your
rolls
back
on the
rolls.
back,"
But
which
yeah,
it's another one of the things that don't age well in Drag Race
yes.
is, like, the fat phobia at all, but she's like, "You had rolls in the back, it's disgusting," and then she goes, "Back roll?"
Like in her confessional, she she has like the bandana in the front
Uh-huh,
of her
yeah,
outfit, and she's like back
mhm.
rolls.
Wasn't she wearing it, like, around her neck?
Yes, yep,
Okay, yeah,
yep.
yeah, and then she's back
Back
rolls, but yeah,
rolls.
that's one of the pins, but then my favorite pin, and also my favorite moment was her All-Stars 2 Snatch game, which was Joan Crawford.
And it's one of those things where like, eh, and they're not wrong, and I think
Mm,
maybe Michelle pointed it out. We're
yeah,
like, you shouldn't just give her a pass because she's like funny, but it
yeah,
is like it's she could just do whatever, and it's just funny. Her
but
Joan
that's what Snatch game
Crawford.
is,
Oh
she can
yes,
make anything funny.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
think they were like more so the runways and other things, but like, oh my
mhm.
god, her Joan Crawford.
It
I
really is though, if you watch it back now, like, Rue is, I guess maybe because it was, like, as soon as she found out, like, she had the wig in, like, the workroom, like, the
oh
black wig,
yeah,
and she was like, "Oh," and she's like, "You mentioned wire hangers," like, Rue is basically, like, kind of, like, setting her up for, like,
yes.
each line, but Rue is just having too much of a good time that she doesn't even care, she's like, "Oh, that don't make any sense,
That's
but it is
but it
entertaining."
sure is funny. But she's like, wire
Christina,
hangers,
bring me the axe.
no more wire hangers
Hangers.
ever. And that's when Rue just lost it.
Mhm.
And I
My
love
favorite part my favorite part was when, she gets a match with, I think it was Jujubee, and then,
yes,
like, she matched
yep.
Jujubee's answer, because Jujubee was one of the contestants, and then she said, "You think you're clever, don't you? Think again."
Think again.
And we're
This
good.
ain't
Think
my
again.
first time.
At the where?
at the
At the
Snatch
snatch game.
Game. And that whole um that whole Snatch Game from almost every
Yeah.
contestant was so funny.
Oh, I know.
Because
It's
you had
probably one of the best ones besides, like,
because
season 7's, like, my top, like,
yes.
all winners is, like, my top
Oh yeah.
snatch game,
Yeah.
but that's gotta be, like, 2 or 3
Because
easily.
you had Alaska as Mae West,
Oh my god.
which was so funny. And I
And if
love
you
the
go back, that actress does talk like that, like, she's doing,
mhm.
like, a pretty
Yeah.
decent, like, Mayweather, like, "Oh, why don't you come up and see me
Yes.
sometime?" Oh my
It's
god.
so funny. And
Katya's Bjork.
yes. God.
And
And
she's like,
they're
I love your suit. It reminds me
yeah,
of the
my lining of my small
lining of my
intestine.
small intestine."
Yes. And but I love their banter back and forth together and Jujubee. And and so I'm happy to say, oh, you go to the free clinic. And so she
The
matched like
clinic, yeah.
and then she matched Jujubee. And then
Uh-huh.
um it's like Rue's like, oh, why do you go there? She's like, well, because when it's your 10th visit, you get one free. Oh.
You got one free. Oh.
And she's like, I go to the one on Santa Monica. I've seen you there a few times,
I've seen
Jujubee.
you there a few
And she's
times,
like, does the
yeah.
double like pointing with her fingers.
Yeah,
I've
like,
seen you
I
there a few
see you, yeah.
times. Oh my gosh,
Oh my god.
that
That's why it always makes me like, they have to get contestants. I love when they get the contestants that can play
yes,
and, like, volley back and forth
yes.
with them, because that's what makes it, like,
But then you get the ones
funny,
that don't, and I think it was
and
this
it's, like,
snatch.
awkward.
I can't remember which snatch game it was, but I was watching it again on YouTube, and it's the one. Remember where Eureka did um Honey Boo Boo?
Honey Boo Boo?
She
Oh,
was
that was
she
good.
was great. She was funny, but
Did she win?
I think she
No,
did.
what's her name? What's her name won? Aquaria won, doing, Melania, and she's like she goes
Also,
to
yes.
yeah, 'cause she
Uh,
goes to I love when she calls RuPaul, she goes, she says, "Oh,
no
sorry,
worries. Yeah.
it's alright, Barack, no
Yes.
worries."
And I love when she's like, "Oh, I got you a gift." And he's like, "Oh, it's from Trinity's." And then he's
It's
like
from Trinity's
but
instead of Tiffany's.
he's laughing a little bit. And then he opens it and inside the blue box it says help me.
It's just a paper that says, "Help."
But she deserved to win that one because she also had the joke about Russian hooker urine.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, what made you think of that?" And she's like, "I don't know, but my
My
husband likes it,
husband
so I
loves
just
it.
assumed the Snoop Dogg would love
It's the
it."
perfect kick. It's the perfect kick.
Yes. I just assumed the Snoop Dogg would love it.
You know who gave her, like, a close run for her money, though? I think Monet Exchanges, as Maya Angelou was
Yes.
pretty damn good.
And I love when
Pretty
she was
damn
like, "And
good.
I wrote 2 soliloquies and blah, blah, blah," and she's naming off all these things that she wrote and all these poems and 2 Hallmark cards.
And 2, oh my god, yeah. And then she
But
goes, "Oh, no, were you sleeping?" "No, I was
it's
just
just
resting my eyes."
so but we need to make a whole
That
um
was a pretty good, we could just make a separate episode
yes.
just about
But
Snatch Game.
when you're talking about, like, good pairings that go like, the banter back and forth, I don't remember
Mhm.
their names, but the one that did Beyoncé and the one that did
Oh
Blue Ivy,
god.
I
Oh
can't
god.
like
I know, because I recently, because my blind spots where I hadn't seen season 9, 10, or 11, and then I
yeah.
hadn't seen 2, 3, or 4, so I went through 9, 10, and 11, but that pairing it's Asia O'Hara is
Yes, yeah,
Beyoncé, and
Beyoncé.
then the vixen
Oh,
is
I couldn't stand
Blue
it, yeah.
Ivy, and I was like,
But, like,
so
you
awkward.
could have
Well, that's why
made
Monet, it could have been funny.
yes,
It could have been funny, but it wasn't.
and, like, you could have done so much, and, like, I think someone said in their confessional, like, "You don't really know anything about Blue Ivy because she's not in the public eye, minus,
Right.
like, a few pictures, so you could have done anything and made her funny." And
Well,
then you're
then, now she is. Now she's, like, on
yeah,
tour with Beyoncé, but,
yeah,
I mean,
but
back
then,
then, that
like,
was, like,
back then,
a
she
while ago.
wasn't, and then you made
Yeah.
Beyoncé out to be this, like, bitchy woman,
Oh, yeah.
and that
Which couldn't have been more like, Beyonce doesn't come off as that. If
No.
anything, she could have been like, you could have made, you know what I think would have been funny if they would have switched it on its head and made Blue Ivy the bitchy one, and then have Beyonce be like, "Oh, well, darling," like, have her be, like,
Oh,
nervous or something.
that's just how she is.
Yeah, she's just being blue now. You know what I mean? Like, you could have, like, I
Oh,
don't know.
honey, now don't say that in public. You know, but
Yeah,
like
right.
she
Well,
can't.
because Beyonce doesn't come off as, I
No.
don't know what the reasoning was
And then
there.
we don't know, obviously, we don't know her in real life, but how she's
Mhm.
presented in the media is not like that.
Right, right.
So just odd.
Exactly.
And then she's yelling at the vixen as Blue Ivy, like, shut up, shut up. Or
Yeah.
like, didn't I tell you to shut up? Like,
Yeah,
yes,
that got
ma'am. And you're
uncomfortable.
like, this is just weird. But like when you
Well,
get a
that's why
good
eventually,
pairing,
well, that's
yes,
them fighting and yelling at each other back and forth is why eventually later on Monet does the thing where she's like, I came up with a soliloquy just to let the girls know.
yes.
She says, if these girls come from me, I surely will cut thee.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and then she says like
they're all fighting with each
like
other.
something about putting them in a ditch, and then like
Maya
because Maya
Angelou ain't
Angelou
no
ain't
punk
no punk
bitch.
bitch, and I was like, and even her opening line, she's like, RuPaul, do you know why the cage first sings? No, why? Because Mariah Carey lost the key.
That's why I'm glad Monet came back for All Stars. Well, now
Yes,
twice because
yes,
she went home a little too early in her
yes.
season for my
But then
liking
you
too.
have like, and I don't get why it sometimes it works, but when you have people that do the same characters someone else already did, like
Mm,
Maya Angelou worked because rest in peace, Chi
mhm.
Chi Devane. But like her Maya
Oh,
Angelou,
that's
oh,
right. It
rest in
was
peace.
Chi Chi.
Her Maya
Mm.
Angelou was not that great, and she even spelled her name
No.
wrong on on accident. Um, on the little
Well,
Nanny
the
card.
the only line that I remember from, well, I mean, she had the bit where she was like a cat and she was like licking herself. That was
That
kind of
was her
funny.
as Eartha
But
Kitt. Yep.
oh yeah. Well, wait. Did she? Oh yeah.
And that's the
Yeah.
season with Bob, because
Oh
that's
yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
Bob was Carol like Channing, and she
Right,
goes,
right,
"Oh,
right.
Eartha Kitt, I didn't know that was you. I thought you were like a like Luke
I thought
Vandross,
you were
whatever his name."
Luther Vandross.
Yes. Um, but like, we need a whole episode on just Snatch Game Alone.
Yeah.
But Alyssa Edwards as Joan Crawford, so funny.
So good.
And I loved her. I
So
loved
good.
Annie Oakley too.
Oh my god.
Just
And Alyssa did that justice later on because in one of the early seasons, somebody did Joan Crawford in the Snatch Game and it was not
it's
good. I
bad. It
think it
was
was,
so.
I wanna say I think it was season 3 and it was Mariah is her name. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
so.
I don't know the rest of, I think she might have like, well, Rue always gives them like a bunch of names where she's like Mariah, Paris, Valencia, you know what I mean? Like she
Yes.
gives like, but yeah, I don't know what was happening there. And
Yeah.
the makeup was all like dramatic and like that type of makeup to make them look old, like what like the Nymphia Wind, like Jane Goodall type makeup
Yes.
where they just makes them look old.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I feel like
Oh man.
um I do feel like sometimes it's like, why are you picking people that have already been done?
Mhm.
Like it does work in Alyssa's case, and like
Yeah.
when Monet did Maya Angelou, like it worked out because they were
Oh yeah.
better. But sometimes it's like, why are you just picking the same thing?
I know. And it
Um,
happens a lot. I mean, I think 2 or 3 people have picked, like, Lady Gaga.
yes.
Nobody's dared to do Cher because Chad
Well,
Michaels has that on
oh
lock.
yeah, yeah,
So nobody
yeah.
Cher, bitch. Like, that was
It's
her.
like,
I mean,
I,
Chad nobody touches Cher in general because Chad Michaels has gotten
yes,
literal, like, plastic surgery to look like Cher.
yes.
So,
And
uh,
that I love when like she changed into like the little headpiece or the big headpiece that she had, and she basically had to be like, "Well, I paid a lot of money for it, so I gotta wear it because I didn't
I gotta
win." Um,
oh, man.
so oh, it was such a good
What are
show.
some more of
Yes.
your what are some more of your highlights from the show?
Oh.
I mean, we had an incident where we thought it wasn't we thought it was part of the show, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Remember that moment?
So
I was like, okay.
I was very confused
Yeah,
because
me too.
Alyssa did not seem as worried. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, because if it were me and that was happening, I would
yeah,
probably be like, oh, shit, and like trying to get
yeah.
away. And she just seemed more calm about it. But
I
there
mean,
was,
maybe she is used to, like, I mean,
yeah,
just
yeah,
not used to, or maybe she just didn't vocalize. Maybe she was just like in her mind, like shit, shit, shit. You know what I mean?
yes,
Well, basically, what happened was, I don't know. She was doing a number, like a singing number, right? And then she like walked into the crowd, like not into the crowd, but she like came around the steps,
at
was
least to the
walking
very,
in like the
yeah,
front, like walking in the front row, and then some person got up and was like walking towards her, and then the next thing I know, I didn't even see it happen, but like I mean I did. I saw him like walk up to her,
yeah,
and then she turned around and went back to the steps, and all of a sudden the security is like pulling
right,
him out of
yes,
the venue. And he's
and
like not he's kind of fighting them back, but, like, not that much. I don't know.
yes.
Just
And
seemed
then
like he wasn't all
at
there. I
first,
don't know.
because she obviously went back on stage, but
Yes.
her demeanor, I was like, "Oh, is that just a bit?" Like, to hype up the crowd more because they were kinda silent,
Yeah.
and it didn't seem like I
Weird
couldn't.
bit, though. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
it was kind of weird, but then you would
Uh-huh.
think if it were a bit, she would be more, like, out there with her reaction too.
Yeah.
Like, you would
Yeah.
think she would, you know, go overboard with her reaction, but she
Right.
also wasn't, like, as freaked out as I thought she would be, so I was like, "Oh, maybe it is just a bit."
Yeah. But then I knew it wasn't a bit was when after they took him out, somebody else got up and walked out. I guess it was maybe the person that was like with him or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Somebody else got up and walked out, and then they had people like talking on the radio, like the security was like talking on the radio, and they kept checking the doors
Yes.
and stuff. That's when I knew it was like, oh, that
Oh, yeah.
wasn't like a bit. And then she started talking about it. She was like, she had good humor about it. So I guess maybe since I mean, she's been touring for like how many years now? Like
Yeah.
maybe who's to say that she hasn't had, you know what I mean, like worse
Yeah.
encounters or like people on this, like who knows? But then she
Yeah.
had a great sense of humor about it. Like she was like, "Oh, he was trying to get me big."
Yeah.
What did she say? She was like, "Oh, he's like trying to a little too close or something." I forget
Yes.
what she was saying.
But good for her for, like, not. I
Right, to
thought,
still go
yeah.
on with the show, like
Yeah.
that would shake me to my core. I mean, he didn't seem like he had any type
Like,
of
he
like
didn't,
weapon or
yeah,
anything.
and I don't think I mean, they scan you at the door, and so
Mhm.
maybe he was just an overly excited fan
Yeah, maybe.
because she's right there
I
in
mean,
front of
something
you.
did seem right, right. Something did seem a little off there. I guess what something maybe I think he went up to her and then the security thought it was okay, and then when she turned the other way was when they grabbed him.
Yes.
So when she probably maybe gave like a signal to somebody. I
Like,
don't know,
yeah.
but it was like
But
I
that
was like,
was,
"Ooh," like,
and I
I
was
was a
like,
little
"Is this
nervous
real?"
there for a second.
And
I
we
was
were
like,
all kind of just looking around like, "Is this real? Is this not real?" And
"Yeah,
then I
right."
saw all the people on, like, the walkie-talkies, and I was like, "Well,
Yeah, and you're like, "Whoop."
yes.
The Alyssa Edwards effect. No.
Yes." And
Oh
then
man, this is
also
a great show.
during that time, the new season
Mhm.
of Drag Race All Stars came out.
Same day, to be
Same
exact.
day.
I
Yes.
was like, "Wow,
Yes.
we have
And
a stacked day ahead of us."
2 episodes came out at the same time.
2
And so
episodes,
I gotta pull up the
which
bracket. Yes.
I don't think they did they do that for All Stars last year? Because I don't remember
No, I
that.
don't think so. I think this is the first time
Maybe this year they did to get people hyped up for the new
because
format.
the new format. So in the first bracket, which is finished now, you have
Yeah.
Aja, yes,
It was the orange
orange
bracket.
bracket. You have
Mhm.
Aja, Irene the Alien, which we gotta get into.
Yeah, we'll
Irene
have
the
another segment
Alien,
after this.
yes. Olivia Lux, Phoenix, our girl Bosco, love her.
Ugh,
Ugh, love her. And Deja,
queen,
also I love
queen.
Deja.
I love
Um,
Deja too.
I love them all.
I
but
wish Tage did better, like, a little bit, like, I wish she did better. I don't
I
know.
have high hopes, especially
I
after in
did.
her snatch game in her season,
Mhm.
the only
But
one
she
she
had to carry
carried,
that snatch game. Nobody
everyone
else was
sucked
good.
ass but her. And she was
That
the
was
only
what it
person
ended
that
up
did a
being,
male.
what, a 6
Yes.
it ended up being like a 6 or 7-person lip sync or something
Yes, and she did a
at the end.
male character too. She
Right,
did Lil
right, which
Jon.
doesn't, depending on what they, I mean, I feel like they've been doing it more, well, I mean, yeah, I think more recently they've been doing more, like, male drags. I mean, you
Yes.
had, like, you'll have, like, Jade Essence Hall as, like, Prince, and, like, Money Exchange is, like, Mike Tyson and
And
stuff like
then
that, so they've been doing
yes, and
Saphira
then
and stuff.
Kennedy as Little
Oh,
Richard,
yeah,
which we have to just briefly mention too. But
yeah,
Deja Sky did Lil Jon,
yep.
and it's
And
so
literally, it was, like, such a minimalist snatch game too, because all she did the whole time was literally just go,
yeah,
"Yay!"
yeah.
Like, "Yay!" Like,
And like she had the grills that fell out of her mouth at one point, and she was like, "Oh
uh-huh,
shit!"
uh-huh.
But like,
And she had the chalice, right? Like, didn't she have the chalice with
yep,
her? He's got, like, the drink. Yeah.
yes.
Oh, man.
But yeah, she's not. Like she's doing
Well, we can go
fine.
through.
Yeah,
We'll start with Deja.
yeah.
'Cause, I
She's
mean, they're not all, even if they're not moving on from their bracket,
there's still a chance.
it's
Yeah.
still a chance with the wild card.
Yes.
So, the format is 3 weeks, which I don't think is enough. I wish it was 4. I
Yes.
really do.
Yeah.
I wish it was 4 weeks per group, but whatever. It's 3 weeks per bracket, and then the people there's 3 each that go in from each bracket into the semifinals. But there's a chance for, one of the individuals in each bracket that don't make it into the semifinals to be voted in
Yeah.
by the judges, which I would assume be like Michelle, probably Ross,
Carson.
Carson, and T.S. Madison
Yeah.
is what I'm guessing.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah, we could start with
Deja,
Deja.
she's doing fine. Or she did fine. Spoiler,
Yeah.
their bracket's
Yeah.
done. She did fine. She did not
Yeah.
make the top three.
No.
Um, she could have done better, but
Unfortunate.
she wasn't like awful. Um,
No.
but not what I was excited for her to come back because I expected her to do a lot more than she did.
Yeah.
So it was kind of disappointing. And
Yeah, I
then
mean, first episode she didn't, well, I mean, she was okay in the like improv challenge,
yeah,
like Murder on the Dance Floor. Like, it was fine, but she wasn't one of my favorites there. And then I got so mad when I saw her makeover look. I was like, "Girl, what are you doing?"
yes,
Like, the look when she did
ugh,
the makeover challenge, so because they make over the female basketball players,
yes.
and I was just like, I don't understand this look. Like, there's just this like random cloth like going around her waist. Like, I don't know what's going
It
on.
didn't really work well. Like nothing meshed during that challenge. Um,
No.
and then you have one of my top favorites
Yes.
of this bracket, and probably the whole season. We'll see if that changes once we see the rest of them. We have to talk
Hmm.
about the murder on the dance floor scene with her. It's
Yes.
it's by far my favorite scene. It's well, first of all, Bosco.
Miss Bosco,
Oh, love her.
Queen,
She
Queen.
got she got the facial what is it called?
Yeah, facial FFS, facial feminization surgery. So
Yes.
it's basically like chiseling down all traditional like masculine features, which I guess is mostly like, jaw, maybe nose,
Yes. Cheeks, maybe.
cheeks,
Yeah.
chin,
Chin.
you know.
Um, so she got that done. She looks great. Um,
Mhm.
and they have the whole entire 3 episodes. Rue just keeps talking about her boobs. Because they're
Yeah,
just, hey, if you got them, you know,
flaunt 'em,
and
girl.
and you're and you're trying to win a competition, flaunt 'em. Um,
Yeah, and I was about to say that's Bosco's bag anyway because she's always been like a burlesque
yes.
like girly
So it
anyway.
fits her
So
style of drag.
no, yeah,
But in the murder on the
she's a
dance floor,
queen.
they're trying to figure
Oh my
out
god.
obviously who murdered um Aja's twin in the
Yeah.
challenge. Um,
One of the best written skits in recent
yes.
memory that
Yep.
I've like,
Yep.
sometimes the skit, like, it's so bad when some of the skits, like, aren't hitting or, like, some people are good and, like, other but this skit was, like,
Like
pretty damn funny overall. Like
everyone in this did decent. Um,
yeah.
but Bosco, I like she's the rich lady. She's got the
Mhm.
headpiece and the jewels and the fancy like
Yeah.
dress on, and she
Old
has
Hollywood, like,
yes, old
old
Hollywood,
money rich.
and
Like,
she has an eye patch on, which is bedazzled. And so we're just talking to her, and
so good.
every time I see this because it goes on my for you page a lot now. I
Mhm,
share it and I
mhm.
send it to you every single time.
And
Um,
I'll send it to you too
yes,
anytime I see it because it's
it's
just so
so funny.
funny.
So Rue is like the investigator that's trying to figure out what happened. So he's interviewing all
Mhm.
these people, and he's interviewing Bosco's character.
French accent going in
Friend,
and out
yes.
as this kid goes on. Just
And
so great.
Rue goes, how did you know the victim?
Mhm,
And Bosco goes, um, we used to play cops and robbers as kids.
mhm.
And then she shot my eye out. And she
That's
points to the eye that's not covered by the eye patch. She goes, "This eye, not
this
this
eye.
eye. This eye has glaucoma. I'm blind. I am blind.
This one, I lost the glaucoma. I am
I
blind.
am blind." I died, and I think I replayed that like 4 times.
It's the
It's
cadence that she said,
yes,
"I am
I am
blind."
blind, and then Rue's
Like, when
crack.
people put it in comments on Instagram, they use, like, the little, like, devil-looking, like, red emoji that's like,
Yes,
"I am
I
blind."
am blind, and then Rue starts dying of laughter, and she's like, "Why are you laughing at me?" And it was like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at life. And I love
Which I
all
was like, pretty good save, honestly.
yes. And it's really funny too because at one point, like when she's explaining in the beginning, like, oh, we used to know each other, we used to play
Mhm.
cops and robbers, and Rue's like, and she has a little notepad and she's writing everything down,
Yeah.
and Bosco lifts the eye patch and like leans forward to like look at what Rue's writing. It's like that's your bad eye that you're saying you have glaucoma in. You can't see
Mhm.
out of that eye. And you can't
Yeah.
see out of the other eye. You're completely blind. I don't know if
Yeah.
like I know they get a character description when they do
Uh-huh.
these challenges, and it's like, oh, wealthy heiress, or like the dumb blonde or schoolgirl, and you kind of know how to go about your character, but they never go into full detail. Like this is what direction you should take. They just kind of give you like she's a fancy rich lady, and then
Yeah,
they just
they
yeah
knew some of what they needed to do
yeah
because half of the like, in the beginning of the episode when they first get their roles, Deja's talking about how, like, "Oh my god, my character has to try to, like, seduce RuPaul." Like, they
yes
know that much. They know,
yes
like but I think there's definitely, like well, it's an improv challenge, so I think it's definitely, like, how they go about it, like,
yes.
when she
So they
like, I don't
give
know if
them
the
like
script
minor prompts for each character, but like they don't go into full
but she
detail like
probably
you.
decided to lift up the eye patch and, like,
Yes. So
change
yep.
it by saying, "I am blind,"
I
like,
am
saying it
blind.
that way.
Like you, and by Rue's reaction, like Rue was not expecting that.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was so funny, and I
And
rewatch it.
Rue lives for that. Rue
Oh
lives
yes,
for when the queens make her break
yes,
character.
and it's like when they did the makeover challenge in season
Uh-huh.
16,
Uh-huh.
and
Oh, yeah, with
Plain
Plain
Jane was
Jane with
yeah,
Lazy
but they're
Susan.
going through and they Rue always asks like, "Okay, who's like what's the name of the person that you're making over?" And they always come up
Yeah,
with the name. So Plain Jane goes, "Lazy Susan."
and
First of
then
all,
Rue just loses her
loses it.
mind.
First of all, I'm dying because I think it's funny.
It was funny.
But
It was
Rue's dying, or like when she goes to ask Utica, like, "Have you ever
Have
smoked
you ever
weed?" Or
and
like,
then Utica just starts making euphemisms like, "No, yes," and then she, like, rubs her nose as if she's, like, like and then,
yes,
like, makes, like, a smoking gesture, like, she's like, "No,
well,
I haven't."
yeah.
"Yes, I have."
Mm. It's like the
Ah,
kombucha girl, like, where she's like, wait."
Yeah,
No,
right, right.
things like that. So if you can make Rue laugh like that, like you're
Oh, she
golden for
lives.
yes.
Oh, she loves it.
And then they had the pit stop episode for the first season or
Uh-huh.
the first episode, and Katya was in it. And I just
Uh-huh.
love Katya and Monet just the entire time, just fangirling over Bosco.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
because Monet's the host, so, like, she kinda has to, like, reel in the chaos
yeah,
of the guest, but, like, I love how every chance Katya got, she was like, "Oh my god, and Bosco, and how about
yes.
Bosco?"
It's like Bosco looks great. Bosco's like boobs, and you're like, yeah,
Like, like, at one point, Katya just fully goes, "I want to be with this one."
yes.
Loves her. It's great.
Bosco, she looks great. Like her
Mhm.
drag is very much the same as it was in her first season, but like amplified. Like she's
Mhm.
killing it. She's gonna go far.
Yeah. Do you have
There's
any,
a
other standouts or, like, what about looks? Like, do we have any runway looks? We could talk about either the makeover looks or, like, I loved, and again, I'm Katya bringing up Bosco again, but
yes,
the I think the runway was called Coming and Going, and then Bosco just comes out in a cinched coffin.
yes. That's the
That was
creativeness that you need.
that detail though to come out in like like people were saying like, oh, is it a cop out because she's like not real, like she doesn't technically have like a look on the back, but I don't even care because the cinch coffin is so fun
Yes,
in general.
yeah.
Like,
And then
oh my god.
you have
And she's got her whole like Lydia Dietz. Well, I think it's like a mixture of like Elvira and
yes,
Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice.
yeah,
Which hey, Rue's gonna eat that up. She's like, "Come on, you did Elvira. That's not fair." She
yes. Bosco, I will always be big fan of Bosco.
Mhm.
I liked Bosco in
Oh
her
yeah.
original season, but her
Yeah.
now killing it. And
Oh, I know.
and then you have poor Phoenix.
She's probably well, the thing with Bosco, she's probably even more comfortable now that she's gotten, like, like,
Yeah,
honestly, that
she's
surgery
more herself. Yeah.
being that she wanted to get that done anyway, but also, dude, she must have gotten, like, the best surgeon because like, I've seen people get it and it doesn't like, people will be like, "Oh, it's a little botched or it didn't come out the way that I
Oh,
wanted," or,
she
"I
must
have
have.
to get multiple," like, I don't know what like, she must have found, like, the best surgeon because like, she looks great, but that probably is giving her, you know what I mean, like, a
Yeah, she's
big,
finally
like, pep
herself.
in her
Yeah.
step.
Mhm.
She's feeling herself, you know?
Yeah. And I'm like, good for her.
What
I wish I looked
what's that
like
one
that,
meme with
man.
her? Right. What's that one meme where it's, like, stares and then serves, like, it's like and then
Yes.
they're like,
Oh,
"Busk."
but you have to like when you look at that picture, like she's gorgeous in that meme. I'm like, damn.
Oh, I know. And I
And
don't
then
even think she has that much makeup on because 'cause they're just, like,
no,
chilling in the
they're in the
workroom. Like, I don't
workroom.
know how much
Yeah.
foundation she puts on, but who knows?
And then the next
But anyway,
queen,
who's our
uh,
next contestant?
poor Phoenix.
For Phoenix.
Oh, I feel
I will
so
say
bad.
now that I've seen her in her old season and this, she was kind of the same in both
Oh
seasons, like,
yeah,
she,
I didn't see her
like, kind of
seasons.
faded into the background. I mean, she only lasted 2 or 3 episodes in season 3,
Oh,
and
yeah,
season 3 did have a lot of heavy hitters, to be fair. You had, like, Manila Luzon, you had Raja, you
Latrice.
had yeah, no, Latrice is 4, I
Oh,
believe,
okay.
season 4. But still, like, there was a lot of but she was still, like, on the, like, shy side, like, she goes home in season 3 on an acting challenge.
Oh,
They're doing, like, they do, like, a sci-fi type skit,
oh,
like, they're
I've
like,
seen the
"Queens in
skit. Yeah.
space," or something, and then she keeps having an issue where she won't say, like, her lines to the camera, and this was the 3 was the first season Michelle was, I can't imagine Michelle not being on Drag Race, but 3 is the first season where she was on there, like,
Yeah.
judging,
Mhm.
and then she kept saying, like, "Phoenix, you need to say your lines to camera, we need to see your face."
Yes,
But
I saw the clips on
yeah,
YouTube, but
yeah,
I've never seen her actual season. But her in this season, like her confidence is still, it's not there.
yeah. I mean,
And
she didn't make any waves. I don't know if, like, I think I mentioned this before, but I don't know if it's a thing of, like, she might, like, well, it's been so long since she's been on the show,
yeah,
number 1, but she's not with, like, the one other person that's, like, has, like, similar experience to her, who I would say is, like, Nicole Page Brooks, like, early
yeah,
season, out early. they weren't even in the same like bracket together.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if she got into the workroom and was just like, oh, all these girls know each other, and then I'm just kind of here, you know?
Yeah.
Like
And then it's hard
maybe.
because her season was so long ago.
Mhm.
And then it's like even people like Ginger Minge, even though
Yeah.
like her first season was so long ago compared to now, she's been on it so many times that she's keeping up with how Drag Race is. But like Phoenix
Right.
did it once and then is here in 2025. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Mm, it's going to
So
be a lot harder.
season 3 premiered in 2011,
So we were still in
which
high
is
school.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And
because
so like to only do
the
it
first
that
season
one,
premiered in 2009. That's crazy to think
wow.
about.
So to go
But,
from that, you didn't last very long. So to go
mm-mm.
from 2010 to not doing anything drag race related until 14 years later or however long ago later, like that's you're not going to do very well because
Yeah,
you're not keeping up with drag race at all.
yeah.
Not even she probably never watched it. Like maybe she never thought she was
I
coming
mean,
back.
maybe. I mean, like,
Mm,
I know that she said that she does a lot of hosting and like bar
yeah.
things, so like maybe they might have like watch parties and do it that way.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen. I mean, I didn't even know about Phoenix until they showed her on like the preview. So
Yeah.
like I didn't know. You know what I mean, it's not like like I haven't seen her on different queens like YouTubes or like
Yeah.
social media or anything like that. So I don't know if she's more on like the old school side of drag where she's not really like on social media, you know.
Yeah.
But she was actually eliminated second in her season,
Yeah.
so she was 12th place on season 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't I mean, it looks like she has social media, but like who knows how often she's actually using it. Maybe now she's using it more, but
It's got to mean something different though to like older seasoned queens who like before it was like all about like being in the clubs or maybe
yes.
some of them did ballroom or things like that. It's got to be different because then remember how they mentioned in like season 15 about like oh these when like like have like Sugar and Spice come in where they're like oh these queens are just famous specifically off of social media like the
Yeah, they're
evolution of
just
drag like that
TikTok
was
famous.
yeah
Yeah.
exactly but I felt bad I don't know I just shouldn't really make a splash
Yes,
Phoenix
needless to say, she also did not make it.
no
Um,
no. And I
and
don't see the judges picking her as their wild
I
card. I
don't
mean,
think so.
that would be pretty insane. That would be pretty
I'd
insane
be
if they just
surprised if
brought her
they did
back. I'd
that.
be like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, and then you have
But
Olivia Lux. I still
she did,
feel
she did meh. Also, in
I
my
feel like
opinion, now
she
that it's done,
yeah,
she did fine. I
I
guess.
feel like she stayed the same as her previous
Yeah,
season,
yeah,
where she was like the pageant beauty queen. I
yeah.
don't feel like she changed that much since her season. Um, and they had the whole thing with the alliances.
Ooh, yeah,
Um,
she tried to break out of her she tried to break out of her, like, good girl, like, role, like, she had that whole bit where she was like, "I'm not, like, the shy Olivia that I was
and then
in
she still
season
was.
13." I'm like, "Okay."
All right
Like,
then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't buying it.
But they made well minus Phoenix because I don't think any of them included Phoenix in any alliance. Um,
No.
poor Phoenix.
That's a
But they
shame.
all kind of had alliances with each other. So like Olivia had her alliance with Aja from Ballroom, like their drag house, and then they also together had an alliance with like Deja. Um, and I think that was it, right? Just Deja. Yeah. And so
Yeah, yeah, because like you said, Aja had her alliance with Olivia from the Mimu, like, ballroom thing, and
yes,
then Deja and Olivia called their thing, like, Melanation Station or
yes,
something like that.
yeah. And then, so when you get the points at the end and you have to give your points away, you know, Aja's only alliance was Olivia. So she assumed, like, oh, she's going to give me her point.
Right.
And then Olivia's like, I'm going to give it to the person who I think really stood out and tried her best. I'm giving it to you, Deja. And then Aja's just, her face immediately, like, and there's a screen grab
Then
of it.
Aja goes, "Oh," like she goes,
No,
"Oh,"
and
and
yeah,
then her like face crack in the background, like the camera shot of like
yes,
what is
yes.
Olivia's face, and then Aja in the back like
And
like
what
face
annoyed
crack.
me, and they do talk about it, but Olivia's trying
Yeah,
to go to Aja and be like, oh, I'm sorry. Like
yeah,
the fake ass apology.
yeah.
And then Aja just starts laughing. She's just like, okay,
I
right. I don't,
think she was backpedaling.
yes, she's trying to save her ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But Aja saw right through it. Like
yep. And then Aja
like I
made
love
it.
when I love the line where she was like, "Me moo, it's looking like it's just me." Like she's
I know, it's this stupid
like
pun
you
they
can tell
do.
she was hurt when she said it, but it also came off as like really funny.
Yes,
Like, she's like, "It's just me."
yes.
Oh,
And then I just, again, Olivia just skating by. Didn't
yeah,
do anything for me. Her acting was all right.
yeah.
Wasn't my
I don't
favorite.
think I don't think they're picking her. If they're saving anybody from the orange bracket, most likely it would be Deja. That would only make
Well, because
kind
it's
of that much
only
sense.
their only options are Deja, Phoenix, and Olivia.
If they pick like they were unclear. I don't think they pick somebody from each bracket. I think they pick one person.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
because it would make too many like there would still be too many people for it to be a
Unless they did
semifinals
it that
because
way and then had a long, like a,
or like they pick three maybe or you know how like when they do all stars and then they're like, oh the returning queens are coming back, but whoever wins gets to stay in the competition.
yes, like
Maybe it's something like
that.
that. They pick one from each bracket, but only one of them gets to stay in the
Yes.
semifinals.
Yep.
I can see them doing that.
So I,
Well, from the orange bracket, I
yeah,
can't
if
see
you're
them
choosing
picking
from
anybody
the
but Deja.
orange, yeah, if you're choosing from the orange bracket, I'm assuming Deja would probably stay. Maybe
It's gotta be.
Olivia, maybe, but I really don't think.
Olivia would be a damn stretch. Olivia would be they would
Yeah,
keep her in for good TV with Aja
yeah,
is the only you know what I mean? Like more
yeah,
of like the tension. But
yes.
I need Deja to come back because I need more of the nosy neighbor
Oh my
bit.
God, yes, it's so funny.
When he,
So
it's just one shot of just there's a mannequin head just on the table and Deja just comes over and sets it on like the table and just starts hairspraying. Like the
yes, and
mannequin head
Olivia's like,
doesn't
"What are
have
you doing?"
she's not working on a wig. There's nothing. It's a bald mannequin head and then she's like, "Girl, what are you hairspraying?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just being the nosy neighbor."
Yes, I
Deja's
love
so
her.
funny.
I love her just presence everywhere.
I
It's
know.
so
I know.
funny. And then the
Oh,
next person who I think will go pretty far is
yeah.
Irene the alien.
Oh my god,
And we'll
yeah.
get
I
to
mean, she
her. Yeah.
technically she won each
Yep.
chat like I mean, she was like in each lip sync.
Yes. She
And then they
won.
just switched her they switched her out for well, Bosca was in 2 and then Raja was in 1 with her, but Irene was in every single lip sync
Yes,
so
and she
far.
won one of the lip syncs.
Uh-huh.
She didn't win the other two, but she won every challenge because
Right.
she ended up getting to lip sync. She killed.
Yes.
She's killing it.
She is killing it.
My
Yes.
favorite look was the one she did with the basketball player.
Yeah.
They were
It was
most
pretty it
in
was really good.
sync, and that's the whole challenge. Is like family resemblance.
Yeah.
She looks the most like the person that she was doing the makeover. They have the same sort of outfit on. I
Yeah.
lo- oh, it's so good, and she got eliminated first in her season.
Yeah.
So
She
like,
was the quote unquote like pork chop queen. Like
yes,
she's like because her season had the most people
yep,
in it that they've ever casted. So when she was out, she was technically the like
yeah,
most out queen, like most or first out, and you know what
yes.
I mean. Like Ah,
Yeah,
but that means that she had nothing to lose.
yeah. And she says that she's like, everyone has a bad day. I've already had mine.
Yeah, I
Um,
got mine done with
yep.
early.
But
But yeah,
she's
that must have just lit like a fire under her ass because she's like, I can't do
worst.
like can't do like I statistically can't do any better like worse than I've already
Yes.
done. So
Yeah.
I might as well.
But every look that she's done,
Hmm.
every challenge that she's in, she's been
Yeah,
doing so well.
she was really good in
Yes.
the improv too. Like she was
Yep.
honestly like a sleeper hit because she's doing this whole bit where she's got this like high pitched voice
Yes.
in the beginning and she's talking kind of like a dumb blonde
Yep.
like bombshell voice like an heiress like almost like a Paris Hilton type voice
Yep.
and then Rue is onto her character's scheme and then she just does that thing like when a villain in a movie gets like caught and then
Yep.
she like her voice like changes. It was really good.
Yes. And I love unrelated, but it reminds me of when Milk did Paris Hilton and in the
Got
Snatch
me.
game and or Mick, yeah. I
Yeah, I
always
was
want to
like, hold
like,
on. I was like,
but it does not look like Milk like when you first like when
no,
I
it
first
does. It
watched
looks
it, I
like
was like Milk, and then I was like, oh, it's
when I
Mick.
first watched it, I thought her name was like a pun on
Yes,
Got Milk. Well, maybe it kind of is because it's Got Mick.
Mick.
But I,
But
yeah,
Got Mick did Paris Hilton, and
yeah.
in
Oh, gotcha.
and his normal speaking voice, he's like, "Oh, I'm so excited to be here, Rude. Let me know when the cameras are
Just let
rolling
me
and we're
know when the
killing
camera
it."
will kill it.
And then
Yeah.
Rue's like, "Well, the cameras are rolling," and then all of a sudden, like she switches back to the high pitched like Paris Hilton voice.
Oh shit, that's so embarrassing.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. And then Rue starts laughing, and he's like, "Oh, I'm kind of obsessed with you." I know.
It's just really, I'm kind of am.
And to backtrack to like her whole snatch game, that was so
Oh my
funny.
god.
But um when they're doing uh like what Michelle would miss if she like went vegan or something. I think that was the
Uh-huh.
question. And she's like, "Well, I'm the poor like my sister married a Rothschild, so now I'm the poor
Uh-huh.
one."
Mhm.
Um and then she goes, Ruette like mentions that, "Oh, well, I'm assuming you've never been vegan." Whatever. And she goes, "Yeah." And her answer, she's like, "I'm gonna stick with what I know here to
I'm gonna
be
stick with
safe,
what I know.
to be safe." And then she pulls
I
up the car and
said,
it says huge cocks, and I was like, "Oh,
sticking with what we know.
sticking." And Rue's dying. She's like, "Sticking with what we know." And when she's like,
That made everybody else break too, because I'm
"Oh
pretty sure
yes,
when they said that, like people were like covering their. I love when people break from other people's jokes and such.
yes," and
It's
when
great.
she's like, "Oh, well, what do you DJ? Like, what kind of music?" Honestly, I just take a couple pills, wake up, DJ, and then she's like, "Yeah," and I just hit play and hope for the best.
And it's good, and they had a good callback in that snatch game. Random again. I know I keep bringing back the knowledge from the old seasons, or as Phoenix said, Old Testament.
Old
No, but
Testament, yes.
she's like, you remember me from season Old Testament? No, but Raven, when Raven was in season two. Speaking of snatch games being repeated, Raven also
Oh,
did
yes.
Paris
Yep.
Hilton, and it was not great. And it was
And
not great,
Raven
but
was a
it was good that
contestant
they
during the
right on
season
that
that got
snatch
Mick
game.
did. So, Rue was like, "Oh, look familiar?" And
Yeah,
then
and
Raven
she's
was
like,
like, "Oh,
"I was holding back. I hope you're not gonna hold back." Because
and
literally all Raven did was like she had a compact and she was like putting lip gloss on
yes." And
the whole
then
time, and then she
with
just talked really
yes, and
softly
she's
the
like, "Oh,
whole
I
time.
hope you do better than, I did." And
Yeah,
then got Mick was like, "I saw that. That was rude.
that's fucking rude.
That's fucking rude." It's so funny. But
But
back
I
to
love
yes,
it. It's so great when somebody embodies a character that much that they can just do.
yes,
You just having like a normal conversation. Like they don't need to make the jokes. The jokes just happen.
yes,
You know?
yep. And then the final one from this bracket is Aja, who
Yes.
I also really like. I think she's doing a
Oh
good
yes.
job.
Yes.
And it really made me sad.
She's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
doing the best that she's done so far.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
know she had a few stunts when she came back from All Stars, like her talent show where she, like, jumped off the platform and
Yep.
everything. She's really good at, like, ballroom and, like, the duck walking, and that's, like,
Yes.
her specialty, but I feel like in this season, she's giving it her all,
Yes, and
for
she's
sure.
also just living her best life now.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I know.
and I felt so bad because she was talking about how, like, she didn't think she was worthy for a while.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
but she came back and she's killing it, so I think I can see her going far. Out of
Yeah.
everyone that's
She got
yeah,
into the ballroom scene, that was, like, her vibe for a little bit.
yes. Out of everyone that's in the season altogether, I don't think she'll win,
No,
but
but she'll get up there.
I don't think she'll be, like, top 4. I can see it,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I don't know if she'll win compared to some of the other people.
Yeah, and this is just again, we just this is just the first bracket.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even know what to expect with the
Oh,
next 2
yes. So,
brackets.
the next bracket comes out
Premiering tomorrow.
tomorrow. So, it's the
So
pink
excited.
bracket. Um,
Yes.
you have, uh, Tina Burner,
Mhm.
um, Nicole Page Brooks, Carrie Colby, Georges, Mistress Isabel Brooks, and then our girl Lydia Butthole Collins.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I can't wait.
I feel like
Lydia just turned back around and didn't even leave.
she didn't even get to leave the
Lydia's that
studio. They
meme.
locked her in a closet for 5 days.
Yeah. You know that meme, I think it's from Cat Dog where the little mouse just, like, walks out of the
Yes,
door and then,
yeah,
like,
it's got
goes right
yeah.
back. That's Lydia.
Mhm. And so
She made
without
her she made
yeah.
her she made her, package from no, I saw a meme where they were like, she made her all-star package from, Corey's, cameo money.
Yes.
She thanked him for being on
Yep.
cameo. It's like, her drag looks like this so that and my drag looks like this so that her drag can look like this.
Yes. Yes. But out of knowing who's here without obviously seeing it, who do you
Mhm.
think's gonna do well and not do well?
Um, I mean, I will say as far as not doing well, just based on what I've seen in her first season, unless she's been cooking this up for like whatever it is, 15 whatever years, I don't have high hopes for Nicole Page Brooks. I feel like she's gonna
Yeah,
be more on
it's
maybe like the good
unfortunate.
TV, like the drama side of it, because I keep seeing in interviews when Mistress Isabel Brooks is like, Nicole Page Brooks, that woman is unwell. So like maybe if
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not gonna do good in the competition,
At least she'll
maybe at
stir
least
up
she'll
some
be
yeah.
good TV.
But I
But
also feel like it's gonna be kind of just another Phoenix
yeah,
where, like, she didn't really she'll just be the same as she was,
yeah,
drag-wise.
yeah.
I don't
I
think
will say
yeah.
I just watched the did you watch the preview before I
Yes. Yes, yes.
okay.
Yep.
Did you see what she said? When she comes out, she's like, "It was I'm not sure if it's a dig at Phoenix, maybe it is, but she comes out and she's like, "Yeah, I'm back, and I didn't have to change my face to change my career. Some girls did."
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh,
But also is that just a general, like, because Phoenix got
it could
work
be a
well, like, Phoenix got work done, but Phoenix is still male, but, like, Bosco got work done and is now female, and
yeah."
Aj is also
I
now
think she just means, like, maybe, like, I don't think it's, like, a dig at any type of, like, because I don't think they would tolerate, especially not now. I mean, back when you had, like, Elliot with 2 T's doing her bullshit, that was a whole 'nother thing,
ugh.
but I don't think they tolerate any type of transphobia now, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So maybe it
I
is
think
just
they shouldn't, it's not
no.
fair to them
So
if they
maybe it
do, but,
is
like
just, like, Phoenix. Just I
yeah,
mean, it's
or I
very
just think
clear
maybe
that
it's just a
Phoenix got
dig
work
it.
done.
Well, because
Yeah.
there's this whole narrative. Well, also, if you look at Olivia Lux, she's been touched
Yep.
by an angel as well. You know what I mean? Like the list.
Trinity or not Trinity. Yeah, Trinity the Tuck got work
Yeah, she's been
done.
touched by an
Yeah,
angel.
yeah. Um,
But yeah, I that dig.
it's
I think
probably
she's gonna
just
be good
Phoenix.
TV.
Yeah,
I
she's
That's
gonna
what I
be.
think.
Yep.
I don't have. No offense. I've never really fucked with Tina Burner personally. I
No,
don't know. She's
she's
just always been fine. She's
yeah,
fine.
and they did like in the preview they showed like she kind of the same drag and used the same colors every single challenge.
Oh God, yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
It was always red, orange, and
yeah,
yellow.
so maybe she'll surprise us.
Maybe.
Um,
I hope.
but she made no impact on me in her season, but she wasn't awful. I just
Yeah,
don't really remember her too much.
yeah.
Um,
I love in the preview when they go, "What are you famous for?" And she goes, "For painting Rosé's face."
yes.
When they did the makeover,
Yep.
that's wild. That in that season, the makeover challenge was for them to make over each other. Like I completely
Yes.
forgot
I
about that.
forgot about that.
I
Yep.
need to rewatch that. That was that was 13, so that was Simone and Gottmik and all of them,
Yes.
which is wild.
And
But
Tina
yeah, who
Burner
knows?
did Richard Simmons in Snatch Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it was decent.
Yeah.
The bit with the fake legs was funny
Yes.
when she had like the fake
Yep.
legs in front, but again, it was fine.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it. It was
Yes.
fine.
And
Um,
then yeah, then you have Carrie Colby. I
who hey, she looks great.
She
I'm
looks
glad that she's there.
also touched by an angel. Amazing.
Yes,
We love
yes.
her.
Yeah.
I feel like it could go either way where she'll be the same as she was,
Yeah.
relying on her looks,
Mhm.
or maybe she'll just kill it. But I hope she kills it because I did like her in her season. Um
I did too. I
uh
do too.
yes.
She needs the shift that happened with Georges last
Yes.
All Stars, because Georges was the
Mhm.
same way in her season. She was just like pretty. I'm pretty, like relying on that and just kind of like being afraid of like acting
Yes.
challenges. And then she had that switch in her when she did the roast and
Oh, the
came out
Carson Kressley
as the
roast. So we got to
huh?
make a whole episode on every single roast as well. But they
Yeah.
did a roast on Carson Kressley, and she came out as like your typical dude, had the fake
Uh-huh.
like facial hair drawn on,
Yeah.
the like
She was like walking. She did the lean where she
lean
was like
walk,
holding
yeah,
her crotch while she was walking.
and she talked like how she
Effeminate,
normally
yeah,
feminine, but she had
yeah,
like the bandana on. Oh,
mhm,
it was so funny.
mhm,
But
so it was great, so she had this exterior of being this, like, tough guy, but then she would talk and she would go, "Ah, sister, ah," like
yes,
like, a laugh that she
yeah,
does that,
yeah.
"Ah."
Um,
Oh,
so
man.
hopefully Carrie Colby has that moment this season because I really did like
Yeah,
her. And
yeah.
then speaking of
That entrance
Georges,
look, I just gotta say
oh
one more
yes,
thing about Carrie, that
yep.
entrance look is
hmm
so wild with the suit that's, like, sitting in
Okay,
front
I
of
was
her,
gonna
like, it's
mention
not
that
even
to you.
on her.
Yes, it was
That
like
was
a
cool as hell,
pantsuit
that was
thing,
cool as hell.
but it's like it just attached to her front. So like the collar was at her neck, but not around it. Like she wasn't wearing it. Like
Mhm. Yeah,
oh,
it
I
was
was like,
pretty
that's
cool. It was
cool.
like, and I like the illusion of it.
Yes,
I think they'll appreciate that too. Hopefully, like maybe if she doesn't have the switch in her personality, we'll still get looks because she
yes.
gives looks.
I feel
So
like she'll at least bring the looks.
yeah.
And then we have Georges.
What about Georges,
How many times
the
has
mini
it
drag
been?
queen of
How many times has it been?
three? This is her third time
I think
because
so.
she did
She was
she was
on
on the
Willow's
season
season.
with yeah, she was on the season with Willow,
Yep.
and she had good, like, pretty decent looks. She's known for her dancing, so she was really good at, like
Yes. Yeah.
girl group challenge, like, when they had the dance and stuff like that, but in her original season, she wasn't good with the comedy
No.
challenges, but then that's what I mentioned, she had the shift last year when she was on All Stars 9,
Yep.
which I think is gonna which, like, her and Lydia, I think them coming right back is gonna give them, like, a competitive edge.
Yes.
I really do.
Yep.
So I think Georges is gonna like, I know Georges is gonna be one of the 3, like, I have a feeling, but I think Georges could possibly make it, like,
Far.
not I don't know if
Yeah.
she's gonna win, but maybe, like,
I think she'll
almost to
make
the
it pretty
end.
far. And I love 'cause she was also in season All Star like All Stars 9 with
Yeah,
Roxy and all of them. And I love Banshee. Was it Banshee that or no, I think it was Plastique was like, I can smell the weed poppers from the parking lot. She's
I
like,
could
you ain't wrong,
yeah, it was
bitch.
last week. Yeah, I smell poppers.
Yeah. She's like, "You ain't
Yeah,
wrong,
no.
bitch." But she did so well in All Stars,
She
so
did,
I have high hopes. And
yeah.
then you have Mistress, who I
Yeah,
love because she's very
it's so
open and
chaotic.
honest about the fact that she loves drama. She's like,
Yeah,
I just let it come to me.
She's like, I sniff it out like
I
it's
sniff it out. So you
her
know
you
she's gonna
her
start shit.
YouTube is gold, by the
Yes,
way. I've been
yes,
watching like I went from watching well, I it started as like I watched a bunch of like Corey King's vlogs and then I started getting recommended Mistress
yes.
vlogs too. But she has Mistress Mondays where she brings people on the channel and they just do like a bunch of chaotic shit. Her one of her most recent videos is with Bosco, so it's like really good.
Uh,
You gotta watch.
yes.
You gotta watch her YouTube, but
I
I think she'll be good.
did you like her in her season? I did.
I did. I
But
did. I did.
I mean, obviously it's annoying sometimes with the drama, but
Yeah.
I thought she did pretty well.
Yeah. But
And
like the thing about her is like no matter how serious the drama was, she would sit up there cackling. Like there could be
yes,
people in the room crying. She's sitting up there like
yes,
hee hee hee
like
like
yeah,
you have to laugh because it's like
yes.
girl.
And damn, she looks good now. I know, like in this season, she like if you watch her videos now, she's even she lost a lot of weight.
Mhm. Yeah.
Even if you're
She
watching
couldn't.
like this season of All Stars, that's she's
Yeah.
not even that big anymore. Like she's
Yeah, I
okay.
know, cause
Uh,
it happened after they filmed, cause they must, cause they're obviously they're done, like,
yeah,
I think even the semifinals is filmed already, I think
yeah,
they'll just come back to do the finale, which then you'll see, like, her glow up, which will
yes.
be wild to
And
see.
I think she did mention it because I don't know if this was a joke or maybe she was serious about it, but I saw the videos she did where they were reviewing season 17's roast that she was a part of.
Mhm.
And she made a comment saying like, "Oh, the amount of fat jokes I got."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
either it doesn't get to her and she just wanted to lose weight and be healthier, or maybe it did, and she's like, "I can't like." Because even in the
Yeah.
roast, when you watch her, she's like, "If I hear like one more fat joke, I'm gonna lose it."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the only
So
jokes
maybe
they
it
had
was
on her.
just I know, I know.
Um,
Yeah.
and then you
And
have
speaking of the roast from season 17,
yes, Lydia B. Collins.
what
I
does the B
was
stand for?
butthole. Yes.
Lydia Bo Rue will say it whenever she gets a
And
chance, which I think
that's
is
that's
hilarious.
if you have any sort of thing going on, Rue takes it and runs. Like Bosco now has the boob, so like Rue points it out every chance he
Uh-huh.
gets.
Yeah.
And I love
Anything with
Bosco's like, yeah,
names,
it's pointing in the direction they're looking at.
they're looking at right,
Yes.
but Rue loves to take a name and run with it,
Yes.
like with, I think it was season 9, you had Nina Brown, she was like, "Nina Bonino Osama bin Laden," like, she's
Yes.
like, remember, like, a
And like
long ass name
um
every time and change it, like
Angeria, it was Angeria Paris Van Michaels, but she would also add like
yeah.
10 other things in there. But my
Yeah, and she'd
favorite
be like,
is
"Something LaGuardia, Angeria, Paris, Van Michael."
yes, but my favorite is Willow Pill. She'd be like,
Mhm.
not a big pill, just a woo pill. Just a woo
You want
pill. Just a
a
woo
will
pill.
pill,
Not a
yeah,
big pill. I just want a woo pill. The
yeah.
baby voice.
Who else? She did something with somebody's name. Oh, Sam Star. She would go, "Sam Star."
Yes. Yep.
She put the Cher on it, Sam
Yes.
Star, after she did Cher.
And Kennedy Davenport, I think she also gave her like 10 other names.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that was where the LaGuardia was coming from. She
yes.
go, "Kennedy, LaGuardia," like, because after the
Yes.
airport, yeah.
Um,
Oh, man.
and
But
then
Lydia's back. Lydia's right back.
and she
She turned
literally
right around and came
5
right back.
days to prepare to come back. And they were doing the interview
Crazy.
with that guy. And when he was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, like how soon or whatever," and she's like, "5 days," and they all just looked at her like, "Huh?
Yeah.
You had five
Yeah.
days? Like we've
That's
been
why it
for
makes sense, like, if you see her now, like, in the recent, vlogs that Corey King is making, she's either, like, in, like, the back, like, of the frame, like, literally, like, asleep, like, in a bed, like, laying
yes,
down, or, like, she
uh-huh,
looks, like, so tired,
yeah,
like, she must be so exhausted.
yes." And then you have the purple bracket, which probably has my
Oh,
least.
how do you think Lydia's gonna kill it? Do we agree?
Oh, yeah.
Do we
So
think
I
Lydia's gonna
think
kill it?
my guess now, top three, I think will either be Lydia, Mistress, and Georges, or Lydia,
Uh-huh.
Mistress, and Carrie. But
Okay.
I think it's a toss up between Carrie and Georges, depending on how Carrie does.
Yeah,
But I think
we'll have to see.
yes, yeah, that's
First episode is the ball with
yes.
them, so
Hmm.
which the concept is wild. They're like, "We're gonna give you an 8 ball, and there's objects in it, and you have to make a look with the objects
You
in
have
the
to
8
use
ball." I was
all
like,
the objects that are in the 8 ball.
and then Michelle's like, "And we're gonna count them." I'm like,
Oh,
"Okay."
damn. Um,
But
and
yeah,
yes, and then you have the purple bracket.
yep,
We
which will premiere
have
in 3
Alyssa.
weeks.
Yes, yes. We have Alyssa Hunter,
Mhm.
Ginger Minge, who again, this is like her
Back,
fifth
back, back
time.
again.
I think this is her fourth or fifth time. I think she's had
Yeah, 4th because she
fourth because
did
she had two
season
All
7.
Stars, and then yeah,
Yeah, so
um,
4th time's the charm, I guess?
yeah, and hey, you get paid either way. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
whether you lose or win, you're still getting some money for being on the show. And if you have the
Mhm.
time, go for it. But it's a lot just to see her every few years. You're like, oh, she's back.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, in that cast interview, she said, "Every time if they ask me to come back, if they'll," she said, "If they'll have me," she's like, "I'll come back."
why
Like,
not?
why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's not like a drama queen. She's not like a Gia Gunn sort of character where
No.
like you would hate to see her come like be here. It's like
No.
why you invite her back? Like it is annoying when you
No,
see the same
Ginger is,
people.
like, beloved,
Yes,
though.
I love Ginger.
I do.
And
I
I
do.
loved her Adele. When Rue was
Where are
like,
you
"Oh
from? Where are
yeah,
you
where in
from?
England are you from?" My house.
My house.
And her again, it's one of those things when you have a good pairing with each other, it works so well. Because
Mhm.
she was sitting next to Kennedy as Lil Richard.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Oh, that's a lot of butter," and she's like, "I got the low sugar."
With a little sugar.
And then
She's using my EBT
EBT
card.
card. It's so funny. Like when you have like that pairing, it's gold.
Mhm.
And then you have Acid Betty, who I kind of remember, kind of don't remember. I
Oh
forget
god,
what
I hated
season.
her on season 8. She was on with Bob,
Oh,
and then
yeah. But I heard she's
she
a
was
really great person.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think it may have just been, like, a persona that she
yes.
was putting in,
Yeah.
but, like, ooh, they may I don't know if they gave her a villain edit so bad in
Yes.
season 8 because she was just, like every confessional was just her, like, talking shit on
Yes.
somebody.
Yep.
Just like, "Oh, can we move on, people?"
Yes.
Like, she was, like,
Yep.
yelling all the time.
And then you have
And I love the, I'm
Diabetes.
sorry,
Oh yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bring up Acid Betty without the meme about how her and Santino Rice look
Yes.
the same.
Also, you know what
They
meme
do.
I saw? She they had her as a side by side picture with her and Pepper from American Horror Story.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, I can't unsee it now.
Specifically
Oh.
Asylum.
'Cause the confessional look, she has, like, the little poof of, like, the blue
Yep.
hair, like
Yep. Yep. I gotta
oh,
find that
man.
picture. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, that'll
Um,
definitely be on the post for
yes,
this
yes.
episode, but man, her entrance look, though, that is intricate as hell.
Yes.
Like, out of all the looks that I mean, there's some turned out looks. I mean, maybe Irene is, like, the closest to
Yeah.
being, like, as out there as her, but, like, damn, like, the
Yes.
detail.
The detail is amazing. And then
She's given, like, queens that are on that show, like, Dragula. That's
yes.
what that
Yep.
looks like almost. She would kill it on that show. I don't know if she's ever been on it because 'cause I've never seen it, but
Yes. Yes.
if
She
this
would do
doesn't work
so
out, she
well.
should go on that show.
Yeah. And then you have the other Betty, Diabetes.
Mhm.
And I remember like not she's again one of those queens that's like I didn't hate her, didn't love her.
Mhm.
Um in her
She
season.
got eliminated and then came back,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then she ended up making it to the finale. I will say, though, I found out and this is, like, dedication in my opinion. You know the entrance look where she's got the, like, lace, like, hooks coming down from, like, her neck?
Yes. Yeah.
That those are real. Those are real piercings, apparently. Apparently, she actually got those piercings
Oh,
for
ow.
the look. I was like, "Oh, girl."
Oh
It's
no, no,
like
no. I no no. Um
yeah, do you see what it looks like?
yes,
And I'm like,
yeah.
"Huh?" But then I'm thinking this is on brand for her because I don't know if you remember in season 14, I think it was maybe Angeria or somebody. There was like a dragonfly in the workroom, and then somebody dared
Oh,
her to
she
like
ate
eat the
it.
dragonfly, and
Yes.
she ate it.
Yep.
Yeah. So if
But
going on brand, I'm like, it makes sense now that she
but
got
the
like the
lace,
actual
it
piercings.
goes up her entire neck and her
Yeah.
chest. So like it's not just the
Yeah.
chest area which hurts anyway. It's literally
Yeah.
up her entire neck to like the chin
Yeah.
area. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and apparently she's got, I mean, she does have like, if they are real, it looks like she does have like, she has like a septum piercing, I'm pretty sure, and she's got like cartilage piercings on her ear, so like, I don't know, maybe
Yeah, and she
she's just
looks
like,
like, yeah, eyebrow piercings. Unless it's just
yeah.
the makeup look. But yeah.
And this is for the promo, so like, that wouldn't have shown like on the season. Do you
No.
know what I mean? Like, this promo look would have been after the fact, so maybe she was just like, fuck it, I'll do it. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
they'll
that.
close it'll close anyway.
Yeah, true.
Um
True, if she just took it out, they just have to heal and then
yeah.
that's it, but.
And then
But I remember her being, like, pretty decent, like, she was obviously, like a like an alternative queen, like,
yeah.
punk, like, kind of out there, but
Yeah, it
I
kinda
don't know.
reminds me of Adore in the way that she did her drag where it
Yeah,
was like the grungy look.
true.
And then you have Denali.
Ice Queen,
Ice
ice
cream.
skating
Oh,
queen,
I'm excited.
another person who's
Yeah.
got a great YouTube channel that I
Yes.
gotta shout out, and hers is really funny because she gets the queens to go on the ice with her,
Yeah.
and they don't all
Mhm.
know how to ice skate.
Yes. She's
It's
so
funny.
talented.
Oh, she is.
Oh, I'm excited. I
She's a
think
great
she'll do
she's
well.
a great dancer.
Yep, I think she'll do well.
Her lip syncs are gonna be insane. She's
And
definitely gonna be, I feel like she's, I don't know. I think, hmm, well, who we'll move on to our last queen.
but
Who's
also
our
like
last queen
Denali, to go back to Denali, she did Jonathan Van Ness from
in Snatch Game?
in Snatch Game, and she did really well.
Oh, I know.
So she could
She literally looked
potentially,
like him. She literally looked like him.
yeah,
Like, it didn't even look like her.
nope,
Like, she became
yes,
Jonathan, and she was just like, "Oh, hi, Henny." Like,
Annie.
right.
But
Oh
she,
man.
so I do have, I think she'll do well. I don't think she'll
Yeah.
win, but I do
Yeah.
think she'll get pretty far.
Yeah.
Um, and then you have Cynthia Lee Fontaine.
Cuckoo. You want to see my cuckoo?
Yes, and that's literally the only thing I remember because she
I
said it
mean, her.
every episode.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I guess that's an indication of like her drag wasn't that. I mean, I know the first, like, well, she's in season 8 for a
yes,
tiny little bit. She's got to go home, and then in the beginning of season 9, at the end of the first episode, like, you think the episode is done, and then Rue literally has everybody on stage, and
yes,
she's like, "Oh, I have one more like surprise," and then she just comes back up and
yes,
ends up like not. I don't think she made it that far. I mean, she made it till they did Snatch Game
yes.
in season 9, which that wasn't great. She did oh my God, who did she do? Sofia Vergara, and it
Oh,
didn't go well.
yeah,
She was just kind of shouting the
yep.
whole time. But I don't
Uh,
know.
so out of that group, who do you think's going to make it to the top three?
I think Ginger has to at this
Oh,
point.
Ginger
She's like
has
a
to,
veteran of. If she doesn't, I'll be like, girl.
unless she pulls a Deja Sky and just isn't good. But Ginger's been
Right.
on it so many times that like, there's no way she's not going to do well.
Ginger has to make it because I feel like at this point, I think my theory is right. I don't think they're gonna do Snatch Game until the
Yes.
semifinals. Wouldn't
Mhm.
make sense
Yep.
until everybody's merged. So she's got to make it to the semifinals because I need to see what she's gonna do for another Snatch. Because this will be her. Been able to do Snatch Game each time too.
Yes.
Like what?
Yeah, because who did
'Cause
she? So she did Adele, and then who else did she do?
she did All Stars 2. She did Tammy Faye, and that was like
Yes.
fine, but it wasn't that funny. She just
Yes.
had the bit about, "Oh, I have to say a prayer when I put on my underwear because sometimes they don't fit." Just so full
Yes.
of God's
That's
love,
love.
like, that was funny. That was
Yes.
funny.
And that was
And then she
yeah.
did the bit where her mascara was, like,
Yep.
running, where she was like, I tried." She's
Yes.
like, "I didn't get a match." And then All Stars 6 was the one where she was in with, Kylie
Oh, she
Sonic
did good
Love.
in that one.
Yeah, yeah, because I think she was Phyllis Diller, I
Yeah,
think.
yep.
Yeah, and then she does the bit about, "I haven't seen my toes in how in
Yes,
15 years," or whatever, so I've been trying to close my legs for like,
yes, and I
the bit
love
about her
again
being
the
big.
banter back and forth. You get somebody that's really good, you can banter
Uh-huh.
back and forth like there's no tomorrow. But she's
Mhm.
bantering with Kylie, who is
Yeah.
Dolly Parton, and so
Yeah.
like they're bantering back and forth, and I love when she's like, "And I haven't been able to see like my legs in however long,"
Yeah.
do, doing a whole bit about her being like bigger, and then
Yeah.
um Kylie as Dolly Parton just shakes her boobs and goes like, "Me neither,
Well, I mean, neither.
me neither." But Kylie
Yeah.
as because I have to keep going back to it. We just should make a whole
I know.
episode of Snatch Game. But Kylie
Uh-huh.
as Dolly Parton when she is like, "Oh, you don't need the whole airport. You just need the landing strip
In landing strip, just talking about, like, how she would groom herself
for the
for
nude
her
beach."
snatch wear,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. They were
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
'cause
like
they were
going
talking
to a
about when
nude
you go to a
beach,
new beach,
and
right.
she's like, "Oh, you don't need the whole airport, just the landing strip." It's so funny.
Oh
Um,
god, so good.
but yeah,
But
who do
of
you
this
think?
group,
Yes,
Ginger's gotta be one of them.
I feel like
It's
Acid Betty,
I
one
was
of the
gonna say,
Bettys.
yeah. I feel like it's gonna be Acid Betty. I feel like she's gonna edge her out a little bit because
Yes,
I feel like Acid Betty has the advantage of having waited a little bit longer to come back, and then also, like, she's just, like, a look queen, like, she does
yes.
really good intricate looks, and then apparently she does, like, almost like how Utica, like, helps other queens with looks, like, she does a lot of,
Oh,
like,
yes.
looks and behind the scenes production, like, apparently she also does, like, light and sound and graphics and
Oh,
stuff like that
Jesus.
too.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because Bob said, like, "Oh, if you go to see me on tour, like, she's helping with all of, like, the light." Like, she works with Bob apparently,
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
extensively, like, and she's worked with, like, she's like, when me and Monet went on tour, like, she did all the graphics for that tour, and I'm like, "Okay, girl." Like, I love
Alright.
when queens
Yeah.
find their niche in, like, multiple,
Yes.
like, areas. So,
Yep.
like, who's to say that that won't come into play
Oh,
with
yeah.
something in her bracket? Like, we don't know what the challenges are that they're
Yeah.
gonna get, but,
She could
like, if
get
they
a
get a design
design
challenge,
challenge. Oh,
ooh,
everyone's
ooh,
screwed. Yep.
yeah, right?
And
Her looks are gonna kill.
I think Denali would
I
probably,
think Denali's gonna do
yeah.
good.
If not, maybe Diabetes, but I think
Yeah,
Denali's probably gonna,
yeah.
um,
What about I don't I will say, unless they surprise me, hey, if we get surprised, by all means, but I don't really have the highest hopes for Alyssa Hunter or Cynthia Lee
yeah.
Fontaine, I will say.
They don't
Just
do
going
well on the
off of the
acting
promos that
challenges.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, the main thing with Alyssa Hunter was just that the literally, it's a shame, but the only thing I remember about her is that everybody was like, "Oh, she's trade, like, she's trade."
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
that's all I
yep.
remember them saying,
Because
which is a sin, but
yeah, when they de-dragged for the first time, they were all like, "Oh,
they
damn."
were like, "Damn." Yeah, right.
Mhm.
But I will say her and like, her not the entrance look, the look for the promo
Yes.
is really sick. Like,
Yes.
the
It's like a
headpiece and everything looks
jester,
really
not
awesome.
like kind of
Yeah.
like a jestery, like court
Mhm.
jester type. I like it.
Yeah. It's really intricate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, like, I agree with what you said. I think it'll be
Yeah.
Ginger, Acebetty, Denali, and if not Denali, switch her out for Diabetti.
Yeah. And
But yeah,
then
this is gonna be a hell of a season. My God.
yes. And
Ah,
then do you want to mention the drama?
yes,
Okay.
this is a new finding. So this isn't even when we recorded this on Monday. We weren't even aware of this
Yes.
because it hadn't happened yet. So
Um
the drama is with Arietti and who we know from season 17, the villain of season 17, I'll say, honestly. And then the recent beef and
yes.
drama that's happening with her former, now confirmed former,
Owner.
drag mother, contestant on All Stars 10, Irene the Alien.
Yes. And I'm trying to pull up. Oh, okay. There's lots of
So
going.
this stemmed from a video where
Yes.
can Mistress always being involved in drama? This stemmed from a video that Mistress put on her channel, ironically on Monday, where she was like interviewing. I think she was like, I interviewed the people from All Star, like everybody else from All Stars, and then she asked Irene about her relationship with Arietti.
Yeah.
And then she was like, your drag daughter. And then she was like, oh,
Ex
former
former,
or
yeah.
ex drag daughter. And then they were like, oh.
So like
And then what did Irene say? She was like, don't come for, like, there's things that I can't forgive. It's like when you mess with my money, my image, and my man, or something like that,
yes.
is what she said. And I was like, oh,
And
she
then
had that right. Like, I wasn't
yes.
expecting her to even get into detail that much, but she was like, oh, she, I was
Yes.
like, oh, what happened?
And then so I found the screenshots because it's
Uh
everywhere.
huh.
And then she deleted the screenshots.
Yeah.
So whether she deleted it because it's false and she knows it's false and she's getting called out on it, or
Yeah.
maybe it's true and but she's still getting that much hate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
The only other reason, if she's lying and she deleted it, I kind of expected that. But I hope it's not the case where, because again, I want to believe that we've had this narrative so far. So far, Arietti hasn't
her
done
track record
enough
is
to have
yeah.
people, right, to have people on her side, because she had the whole thing about her stealing
Jokes,
Jules's jokes in the roast.
and then the whole thing
There
with
was,
Anya Nerve. No,
yep,
yeah,
no,
but
girl, no.
she first of all her I'm assuming it's Twitter, but her
hmm
handle is Ariety the Elf, and then her actual name is Messy Spaghetti. So, good start to that. Um, so obviously that whole video popped up with Irene saying she's no longer her drag daughter, and then Ariety said, "So yes, the drama was about money. I produced and booked a show in Seattle. I invited Irene to come host. She got
Yeah,
on the race and got a raise. Cool. I got on the race. All of a sudden, money is tight. Question mark. Okay, so as producer slash booker, I tried to plan a way to divvy up the earnings, which is exactly what show producers do. It's not a crazy or wild concept. Every show producer deals with this. She didn't want to make any changes, and it looks like I was trying to steal slash mess with her money. It was $50, y'all. 50 out of her 1K. And to be frank, her friends hated me already, so at this point she already had made up her mind about me. She just needed a reason to call it quits, period. That's the story. So no, it wasn't character. You did that to yourself when you said and did racist shit and everyone hated you a while back, remember? And then
which first accusation that she's racist,
and
and then
then
she goes on to do another
yes.
accusation, which, whew,
And then it
turned it
said
up to
yeah.
11, even more.
And then and no, it definitely wasn't in air quotes man because I'm gonna be perfectly clear. I fuck men. I don't fuck children. Let's just say that.
Prepubescent
Oh,
children is what she
yeah,
said specifically.
prepubescent children. Let's just say
Uh-huh.
that. I also have plenty of details about both topics if any outlet wants them. Y'all
That is
thinking,
wild. That is wild to say that
yes.
outright. That is the only thing that's making me reconsider, like, maybe, but it's like, I don't know if she's all taught. I don't know what
Yeah,
to
but then
think. This
y'all
is,
thinking I was aborted. Nah, I was released from my shackles.
yeah.
Um, and then someone said, as much as I'm all for sharing your side, if this is all true about Irene, why wasn't this stated before you got called out by her? And then she said, great question, because Irene is a scary, intimidating person. She could ruin your drag career in local bars. And at this point, I don't give a fuck. I will not be silenced. And then she said something like, she's trying to be better. Right? Didn't she say something like, I'm trying to be a good person now?
Yeah, but
And
then it goes on to, I think these ones are more recent because I'm in a post and then it says, and the racism, just ask
yes.
any of the POC girls, people of color, that aren't cool with her now about it. There are many queens that have called her racist in recent years. Some still work with her. and then it goes, okay, so those allegations are wild, but we have shown each other our likings slash porn, and it was very sus. Her friends have running jokes about, oh, she's gonna bag a young one, watch out, or don't let her near any schools. I will admit, though, me saying prepubescent child was crazy, though. That's what she said
Yes.
at the end, but I was like, oh God, I don't.
But then, like, if you look at the next slide after that,
Yeah.
in case you forgot, said, if y'all only knew the real tea, I'm gonna keep it cute though because I'm trying to grow. Oh, that's who said that. Okay.
Yeah,
So in
yeah,
case
yeah,
you
yeah.
forgot,
They
yeah.
both, Acacia and Lana Jure both put that, like, they both tweeted
Oh,
that
she did
to fuck
after
with
she
her
tweeted.
after
Yeah.
she tweeted it. Yeah, yeah. And then the picture just shows Jules reposting all of those.
Yes. But what I don't get is like
Just like, if
she's
y'all
saying
only
if
knew the
y'all
real
knew the
tea.
real tea, I'm gonna keep it cute, y'all, because I'm trying to grow. It's like if you're trying to keep it cute and trying to grow, why are you blasting?
I was
Uh,
about to say she didn't keep it cute. Like, she
yeah,
made accusations. Like, what? Well, she made pretty two very bad things. Like, she said she was racist, and she said that she was a pedophile,
yeah,
basically. But she said, or like, she's like, because how old is Irene? I gotta look up, because I'm saying, if Irene's dating younger than her, I'm pretty sure Irene's like in her 20s.
yes.
If I Irene, no, Irene's 31.
Okay.
So I guess she's saying like they're the one thing she said was like, oh, they're always making her friends are always making jokes about like, oh, she's gonna get a young one, or like, don't let her near schools. Like, I'm like, oh, that's like a lot to
That's
like
why,
accuse
yeah.
somebody of. Like,
And then a lot of people are saying a lot of the comments throwing that serious accusation and then nonchalantly backpedaling. Not it, girl. Show us the receipt if you want someone you want to accuse someone with something that serious. And then it says it's so crazy to me that she's just thrown that out there with no proof, no nothing. Like, no wonder none of her season's girls follow her. Um,
yeah,
and then yeah, a lot of people. Um, I bet Arietti was one of those kids that couldn't be left alone with pets, or she started torturing them.
Oop,
Okay, that's a little much, sir. Um,
that's a lot to say.
and then she said Arietti's growth lasting all of one day. LMAO.
All of one day. Not
um,
Deja commenting on this post from
really?
yes, like,
Where?
she just on that same post, she's like, the top comment from RP, the account, to credit the account,
Yeah.
is RPDR family, and the caption is like, this is wild, with like the tea kettle and the, yeah, she's the top comment, and she's got three emojis of like the smiley face, like covering the eyes,
Oh yes, I see it. Yep. Um. So.
and like other random queens, like a random UK queen that like won
Yes.
season
Yep.
6 just said LMAO. Kyra Anthrax just said LMAO.
Yes. Um.
Oh, I love this one. I love this one. Slide. I think it's later on in the slide. It's like, could you imagine being Lydia and being in both group chats right
Yes. Ruining her career faster than any canceled queen I've seen. LMAO. Um.
now? Oh God. Yeah, they're like, she speed ran the Tyra Sanchez
Yes.
timeline.
And then someone said she really thought presenting herself as someone who kept quiet about pedophilia until it was convenient for her to mention was a good move. Um, so like, I obviously we don't know what's true and what's not true,
Right.
so you can't
Right.
side with anybody. But it is kind of
No.
weird to bring it up now that she's a on TV and
Yeah.
two killing her season.
Yeah.
Like you're doing it at
Yeah.
her highest high. So are you doing it because you're pissed that you got um kicked out of the family?
I
Or
think she's pissed. I think she's pissed. Maybe they all agreed that like, oh, we're just not going to talk about this, and like, because it hasn't come up. Like, I don't know if it was like recent or like,
yeah,
because when she started her season, I'm pretty sure in the beginning of when season 17 was filmed, I'm pretty sure when she introduces herself as being a part of that, like the
yeah,
family with Irene.
yeah,
So it must have happened sometime in between her filming season 17, they don't really have contact with people while they're
No.
filming, so it had to have been after she filmed that, but before Irene got All Stars,
Yes.
which I guess didn't have. Well, Ariete had a little bit of time because she got eliminated, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like, mid-season, so maybe there was some type of turnover where
Yeah.
in between before, like, Irene got the call,
But
where it all went
yeah,
down.
it just seems. But if this has been going on for a while, like she's saying, oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that know she would make jokes about liking younger guys and things like that. Would
Mhm.
you go on television and be like, "This is my drag mom"?
Right, right.
Like
I don't
I
it
don't
doesn't make
know.
sense.
It's just
I think she got butthurt because she got called out in Mistress's video. I think that they were maybe gonna keep it, maybe there was some type of agreement before, like, "Oh, we're just not gonna speak to each other and that's it." And then I think Ariette maybe got pissed off
yeah,
because in Mistress's video, Irene called her out
yeah,
and was like, don't fuck with my money, my character, or my man."
yeah.
And then Ariette was like, "Oh, bet. I'm gonna go to
Bet
Twitter right now."
I'm
Like
gonna go on
like
Twitter, but I'm gonna say I'm doing much better and that I'm
right.
changing. But I'm
Quite
not really.
literally, Tyra Sanchez.
Yeah. And someone
And
did comment on one of the other posts being like, "She's the new Tyra," and I was like, "Well, you're not
yeah,
wrong."
yeah. And then I love how Deja, I think I just sent it to you, but I love how Deja just actually tweeted, she's like, "It's a good thing I don't have a money character or a man."
Yes, I love Deja. This is why I need her to come back. I need them to pick Deja. Depending on
Deja
who.
need Deja could, you know what Deja could do if she didn't come back? Deja could host the pit stop.
Oh, she
I
would
could
be
see that.
so funny to host.
Because he
Cause
needs somebody that's like neutral and can like
yes,
let the guests be chaotic, like how Trixie was, like
yep,
and how Monet's thing. Like they need somebody that can be like calm
yes,
and like either like volley off of the chaoticness of the guest, or like just
yes,
kind of be like the like straight man and just kind of let them do their thing. I can see that for
yes.
Deja. Ooh, I'm manifesting that.
And they
Deja Sky,
do
future
normally they
pit
do
stop host.
have new people every season. I mean, Monet
Hmm.
comes back a lot, but like they've had
Yeah,
multiple people host it, so I think Deja would be a perfect person to
I know,
host.
I know. It'd be
She's
great.
so funny. Uh,
Manifesting that to the
yes,
drag gods.
but I don't know. I mean, again, a lot of people are saying like, you come out with these hard accusations, like you need to
It's a
have.
little too convenient. It's a little too
Well, it's
convenient.
like when all the drama came out with like James Charles, right? As
Mhm.
soon as that hit, like it, you, it was not hidden. Like no one kept that a secret. Like as soon as one person found out, like it was everywhere.
Yeah.
And then Shane Dawson obviously was involved a little bit with Jeffree Star and Tati. We talked about it in the last one
Mhm.
that we did on the YouTuber drama, but like Jeffree Star takes no bullshit, plays no games, and was like, I have receipts. Here you go. And
Yeah.
like made a whole video the very next day and had everything laid out in the video. It's like,
Mhm.
this is exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So like, he
So
doesn't
the
mess around. But like,
right.
if you're gonna come and say serious things like that and not be able to back it up,
Yeah.
either you have the
It's
receipt,
it's not it's not it's not gonna take it's gonna take the receipts for me to be on
yeah,
her side because it's not giving what she thinks it's
yeah, it's
giving
like
right now.
guilty or innocent until proven guilty. Like until you
Mhm.
know, mm,
Yeah.
or
And by all means, I'm not saying like she's wrong. You know what I mean? Like if
yeah,
I
because she could be
hope
right, but
maybe.
then
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
but
Because
you're saying
if I
all
start
these
to hear
things,
like she's
yeah,
saying like other like people of color, like other with the whole accusation that Irene's like racist and everything, I'm like, by all means, let other people like maybe let other people come forward. Like if you wanted to, you know what I mean? Like call people out. Like I don't want to be
yeah.
supporting somebody if she's like a shitty person. You
And
know what I mean? But like,
it's been going on for days, and there's not been another queen that's also been like, oh yeah, by the way, I've also had that experience, or by the way, I'm a person of color and I worked with Irene here and she was racist and this is
yeah,
like no one else is coming out to say that.
yeah,
And it's been several days unless no one's willing to speak up maybe.
yeah.
Or
I
maybe
don't know.
Arietta's just waiting because Irene's doing so well. Her bracket's over
Yeah.
now, but she's doing so well. So, like, do you
Yeah.
think that when the other brackets are done and they combine people, do you think she'll come
Mm,
out again and with the receipts, or maybe she'll just come out and start shit again?
I don't know. It's just
Maybe
gonna be
she's
like a
waiting
waiting game.
because she's doing well, so maybe she's waiting until she gets really far to like like maybe to try and throw her off. I don't know.
I I
I don't know.
I can see that, but also it's giving Arrietty the doubt, like the benefit that she's that calculated, and I don't think she's that calculated. I think she's too
Yes.
chaotic to be that
Yeah.
calculated.
Yeah.
Because do you remember how she was when she was like got eliminated and she was like leaving the workroom? Like they talked about it on
Oh,
the pit stop. They were like,
yes.
it was like I don't remember who it was on the pit stop episode, but they were like, it was uncomfortable. Like
Yeah,
she
well,
was
first
like
of all, she got
unraveling. Like
yes.
she was like her makeup was all like messed up, and they were like, it looked like Monet was like, honestly, he's like, it
And
looked
she
like she
like
was going through
spit
like
on
a
the
psychotic break.
floor.
Like
She wrote the horrible mirror message about Anya out of nowhere. Like when I
and
saw that,
no, but how Jojo Siwa said it best. Karma is a bitch because who won?
yep,
Anya.
yep,
And I love just that alone. Ooh, that's great to me.
yes,
That she had came back and won the whole damn season. I'm
yes.
like,
But
suck it.
like she did the whole mirror message out of nowhere. And if you watch that season, there was no beef between them two. It wasn't like
Not at
Anya
all.
was also saying things and you're like, well, she's just beefing
Well,
back to
you know
what
what it was? There was one thing. It was I think they show it in one of the episodes. It was an untucked moment after the roast had happened. Um And then they
we
were
did
in
see
the
that.
Untucked
Yeah.
lounge. Yeah, it was in the Untucked remember, what's the thing that they say? If you don't watch Untucked, you're only getting half the story.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
it was Untucked, this is what prompted the mirror message was in Untucked when they were talking about the roast and everything, Anya stood up for Jules, and then Arietta gets pissed, and then she's like, "This is between me and her." So that's
Yes,
what
and it's like you're
prompted
not
the,
friends. Yeah, or something.
yeah, she's like, "This is acting childish when the people that are acting more courageous than her are, like, older than her, but
Yes.
whatever, it's fine."
And then
Like, they're like, it's giving, like, high school drama.
yes, and it's
Meanwhile,
like
she's, like, older
I'm
than I
allowed
think she's
to
older than Jules and Anya, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
I know she's older than Jules because Jules is, like, 23, I wanna
yeah,
say, and Ariadne's, like, close to 30, I wanna say,
yeah.
or, like, later 20s, but, yeah, Anya defended Jules in,
Which is
Untucked,
fine.
and
Like
then Ariadne was
you're allowed to defend her and she was right to defend her.
yeah.
Um
Well, because Jules and after they had the debacle in the beginning of the season about the Monopolins look, after that they were fine. They were like close.
yeah,
So like she and Anya was always like the like almost like a peacemaker type person. Like in the room, she'd be like, "Well, let's think about this like logically." You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
she was always like breaking up the fights between the girls because she was so like level headed, honestly.
yeah.
But
But that
yeah,
mirror message was very uncalled for. And
gross,
I
petty. I
maybe
didn't like
that's
it.
where it stemmed from, but she
Yeah.
like got eliminated, right? And then she comes into the workroom and she's writing the awful mirror message about
Hmm.
Anya, not even relating to her getting eliminated. Like most people write like "love you all" or like "you all became my sisters, good luck," or like
Yeah.
even they
Or they'll
might
say something snarky, like, they'll just be like, "F you," and then just
yes
like but
with like
not
a heart
directed at
afterwards.
somebody, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or they'll even address. Sometimes they do address other people. And they're like, "You're gonna kill it, Lexi," or something.
Yeah, right, right.
If they're close to somebody. But
Yeah.
she just wrote a nasty message, and then as she was leaving, didn't she like destroy things or like spit or she did something like just
She did,
uncalled
like,
for?
weird I don't know, she, like, almost like, she danced around the workroom,
Yes.
her makeup was all fucked up. Like, this is what Monet was talking about, she was like, it literally just looked like she was having, like, a psychotic break,
Yes.
like
Yes.
and all the memes were like, "Nurse, she's out again."
Nurse. But that's what makes it more difficult to believe
What she's saying. Oh, yeah,
because like
for sure.
you don't have a good track record and now all of a sudden out of nowhere again out of nowhere you're just like screw you. Here are all
Yeah.
your accusations.
I will say though, it's random as hell. I don't know if they still are, but around when they were doing promo and when Drag Race was filming, do you know who Ariete was like randomly close with and like making TikToks with?
Ooh,
Acacia forgot. No, I don't know
really?
where that came from.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because
I don't know
it
why.
seemed like no one really liked her that season.
Yeah, I know, but they were like, I don't know, and this was post Drag Race. Like, I don't know if they're still friends, but like they made like a couple like TikToks together. So like, I don't
Yeah.
know if it was just like a temporary thing, but I don't know. What do you have to say about education? No, I'm kidding.
I have no
What
comments.
she doesn't.
Yes.
No, watch her be like, I have no comments. No, you know it's Acacia's bag now. Now she's just making cooking videos, which I think is so
Nice.
random.
Yes.
Yeah, like she's like, yeah, I'll eat. Like she's like, this is my grandmom's sweet potato pie. Like I'm like,
Yes.
okay, girl,
So,
get that coin.
yes. So I don't have any Facebook statuses, but I do want to share a
Hmm.
Facebook marketplace that I just saw because I was getting rid of
Okay.
some notifications and
Okay.
it popped up. So it says looking to buy a car. 2,500 is the max right now. Really need help. May God bless. Great.
Uh-huh.
Needs a car. And she just writes a little description. Reliable car, getting A to B, little family, blah blah blah. The picture is um her foot. I will send
For
it to
free?
you.
No,
I will send it to you right now. It's her foot,
thanks.
with like part of her leg, um, like in a messy.
Why?
I got it like
In a mess.
in a messy room, and I thought, well, maybe you have to like click on the picture and it zooms out and you can see more. Maybe there's something
Uh-huh.
I'm missing. Nope. This is it.
Well, it's like those posts when you'll see on Facebook Marketplace, like somebody will be like selling a couch, but then they'll be like sitting on the couch, and I'm like,
Yes.
"Whoa,
You don't need to
oh
do that. Do you see this? Do you see?
god."
It's really just like an ashy foot. Yep.
Girl, that looks a little swollen. You should go to the doctor.
Man, well, she can't. She doesn't
She
have a
had just
car.
died. Oh, damn. See, no, see, this is why she put the picture up. I'm making the narrative now. She put the picture up of her foot because she was like, "See, I gotta go to the doctor. I don't have a
Yes.
car."
May God bless.
Oh
Um,
man. I don't have a status, but I do have, and this was a real, like, this was a picture back from, like, I'm gonna describe the picture, and I'll probably use it in the post because it was honestly funny. This was a real, you know how, like, when you go to, well, it's Chili's, but you know how when you go to the parking lot, and they'll have those designated spots in the parking lot where they're like, oh, this is for people getting pickup orders,
yes. Yeah.
or, like, it'll be like, when you just, like, park, I forget what they call it, but it's like in this picture, they call it Chili's to go, right? So this
Oh.
was, like,
Hmm.
a real picture that of a sign that I took outside of my local Chili's, and it said, "Chili's to go, parking only, 10-minute limit, all," and this was a real sign again that I saw because I remember this happened in, like, I wanna say 2012. So it's like, "Parking only, 10-minute limit, all others will be crushed and melted." And it was
Nice.
legit outside of the Chili's, like an actual physical sign. And like the quality of the picture looked shitty because I remember I took it on the first phone that I had, which was like one of those like Verizon
Oh
phones, like
yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
gonna send it to you and it was legit real. Because I remember going to Chili's with my friends and seeing the sign, and then I was like, what the
I
so I
know.
took a
Like I
picture.
guess because
All others will be crushed and
I
melted.
know they. It's like the whole all others will be towed, so it's like their
Hmm.
way of being funny about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh,
But
that's
I
so
thought it was
funny.
funny. 2012. That was curbside pickup. That's what it's called. So this was
Curbside.
pre curbside pickup.
Yes.
Chili's.
Oh, and the quality.
Oh yeah, it's so bad.
Oh, it's
Because I
so
took it on my
bad.
first phone. This was one of the phones where like you would slide up to get the keyboard. Like it was that type. Like it was all
Oh
one.
yes, I had one
Hmm.
of those, and I thought I was the shit.
Oh, so did I. My phone was red. It was
I
a
think I had
red
a blue
Verizon
one,
phone.
but oh yeah,
I'm trying
I
to see if there's like a picture of what it used to look. I don't think. Yeah. I think this is what the phone. I'm gonna send you. This is legit what the phone. It was like one of those LG like phones,
yep.
like,
Let me see.
and it just would slide up to get the keyboard. I'm pretty sure that this was what
Oh
that
yes,
picture
and
was
I
taken
had
on. Like,
one. I had one that slid up like that, but if you shut
uh-huh.
it, you can slide it sideways. It was like one of those sidekick
Oh.
ones. Oh,
Oh
yep,
wow. I never
yep.
had one of the sidekicks. I always wanted one though.
I gotta see if I can.
And then there was always the Razor phones
Oh,
too.
I think my
Those were
sister
cool.
had one of those. Um,
My friend had one, and then she had a just talk about going back in time. She had a pink case, but it was from the brand, or like the clothing brand. Do you remember Baby Fat, but like PHAT?
oh yes.
Yeah, it was literally a Baby Fat pink phone case, like for the Razor. And
Oh
I'm like 2009 and like a time capsule right
yes.
there.
And blackberries as well.
Oh god, yeah.
Were
I don't think I had a
huge.
BlackBerry. I
I
never had
never
a
had
BlackBerry.
one.
My first phone was that Verizon phone, and then like 2 or 3 years later, it was an iPhone. Like an iPhone
Yes.
4S was my first iPhone.
This is the
Oh
phone
wow.
I had. I forget what it's called. It's not the sidekick. Um, but it did this. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is what I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen those type of phones too.
But I was
The
not a
Sprint phone.
BlackBerry fan because I did not like the fact that the buttons were so small
Uh-huh.
and they it just made it harder to like use. And I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But I had that for a while and then I had another phone for a while that was touchscreen and I thought that was cool.
Uh-huh.
Um I think that was the Samsung type phone. And then I only
And like all
just
our phones now are just
yes.
touchscreen.
And I remember getting my first iPhone, I think freshman year of college.
Uh-huh.
Um, and that was like life changing compared to what I had. Now everything's
Yeah.
iPhones and touchscreens and fancy Androids.
We sound like boomers. You kids with your newfangled Instagrams
Your
and
Instagrams. What's a
and your blue
Twitter?
skies
And your
and your
blue
what's
skies. And what's
Twitter?
X?
What's
The only X I know is the one I'm no longer with.
wow. You you really ran for you really went for that. I'm crying. Oh god. Well, hey, we talked about the evolution of Drag Race and then the evolution of technology. What
Yes.
more could you want?
It's a great, and you need to watch. And I say this every time I do a Drag Race episode. You need to
Hmm.
watch Drag Race.
Do yourself a damn favor,
Yes,
because it's
it's
joy
so
personified.
entertaining.
It's joy. It brings
Yes,
me so much joy. Honestly, I love it so much.
yes, it's so fun.
It's
So
so
much
fun. It's
drama.
my
Yes,
personal favorite show on television. It got me into like liking, like I didn't really like reality TV that
yeah,
much, and then it got me into liking it
yes.
more.
Well, because most reality TV is just so dramatic all the
Yeah,
time. Like Drag
or like
Race
the
is
same
dramatic,
stuff.
yeah, but Drag Race has
Hmm.
its moments. But like at least it's a competition and you're doing things. But when you watch reality like the Kardashians, you're like, okay, it's the same
Hmm.
thing over and over again, and it's just
Yeah.
no. But Drag Race, man, love it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yes,
It's the best. Hence why we like to talk about it on the pod so
yes,
much. And we're
yes,
probably gonna have another episode when we have All Stars ending. So we'll see.
yes, and a Snatch
Be on the
Game
lookout for that.
episode and a rating
Oh god,
challenge
yeah.
episode.
And we still got they have the ball this week, and then I'm pretty sure my theory's right, and I'm pretty sure the purple bracket is getting a Rusical of
Yes,
some type,
yes,
because they get Cynthia and Ariana. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
are one of their guest judges.
I can't wait
But
for
yeah,
it.
we got a great season ahead of us. It's so I'm hoping that it doesn't go by too fast. It's going by too fast so
I
far,
know.
but maybe the
Yes.
semifinals will be longer than we think they will.
That's true.
You
Maybe
know,
they'll just have more points,
like
like more
challenges and more time.
challenges, more time, because
Yeah.
it's you're in the final set of people.
Mhm. Yeah. And they got to give them time to like merge into them and
Yes.
see what kind of drama is going to come from
Oh
it too.
yeah.
So, well, hey, check us out on all of our socials,
Yes.
all of our Instagram. No, okay, we have Instagram. We
What's
have
that?
which I
I said, what's that?
what's that? I don't know.
I
Run
assume
by some guy
Twitter is
named Zuckerberg.
some kind of a songbird.
it's it's so late. This is definitely the crash out from your energy drink.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, we have all the socials. I have
Yes.
them listed on our Instagram,
Yes.
all that,
Yep.
and check us out on YouTube. We also have TikTok,
YouTube, TikTok,
Blue Sky,
Spotify,
Spotify, Blue Sky. No,
Apple
just start making a song
Podcasts.
out of it.
Yes. Check us
But yeah,
out. Yes.
check
And
us
we
out.
have
We're a hoot and a half.
yes, and we do have an idea for the next episode, which I think everyone's gonna like.
Oh yes,
We're gonna take
Just-
a step back in time.
yes. Just
Hmm.
stay tuned for that.
Yes.
We're gonna call back our favorite emotion from Inside Out to
Anxiety. Oh,
nostalgia.
oh, oh, nostalgia.
Maybe
Yeah,
both.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe both. Who knows?
No, nostalgia is this little old lady, like
Uh
right?
huh.
Yeah, she was like a little old lady.
Spoilers for Inside Out too, but yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, she's a little old lady, and then they go, "Oh no, no, not yet, nostalgia. Like, come back in a couple of years."
and she's like, okay,
Oh
yeah,
man. Well, everybody have a good week, and we'll catch you in the next one.
yeah.